everybody, it's Geek Tech Media coming to you live from twitch.tv/Geek Tech Media. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing wonderful. It is that time of the week again, ready for Gamers versus Geeks, the talk show that talks about everything, where Cyril's an asshole and the rest of us were just here. So, yeah. You guys ready for that? I know you are. I know you are. But, we have a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover, even though it was kind of a slow week for gaming news, but you know what? It didn't go without notice. Somebody had to start some controversy. And that'll probably be one of the first stories we talk about, so I hope you guys are ready. It's going to be a good one. If you guys are ready, type in chat. Let us know. We don't know if you're ready till you tell us. And so it begins. This is week 2.
Smiley faces.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
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 There, what? How did it? Oh my gosh! It already messed up. Oh wait, no, it didn't. There it is. I went to the wrong screen. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
see that.
GG.
See? But I fixed it right away because I'm magic.
You had one fucking
magic.
job.
You shut up.
Now this is weird. You take a look at the old where we're supposed to be. Take a look at the other numbers and we're screwed up. What the hell?
Miles, thank you very much for the 3 months in a row. You're amazing. Geeks dumbass confirmed. Yes, that's right. How's it going, PP?
Hey, PP.
All right. So you guys ready? Did you guys do your homework?
Let's go with
Homework?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So that means no then, right?
I watched videos with you. That counted, right?
No, that there's so much more than that. Yeah. So.
Oh, I did something.
Well, let's talk about the first thing on the list today, the PewDiePie controversy, and we'll get into Firewatch and how they come into play, the dev of Firewatch. So let's start with what did PewDiePie do? Well, he dropped the N-word while playing PUBG live for thousands of people to see.
He did.
So we'll start.
They tried to cover it up, but not very well.
Yeah, immediately was
say,
like,
yeah.
I didn't mean that. I mean asshole.
I mean assholes.
He did come out and say he apologized.
Those two words are very close together. The N-bomb, asshole. I could see it.
Hi, Mama.
Just being too rough on old poods.
Hi, Mama.
Right. So let's start with Cyril. What are your thoughts on what do you think should happen with him? Like, what do you think? Do you think the apology was enough? What?
No, but here's my question.
Okay.
How many black people are there in Sweden? Right? I just don't think, when I think Sweden, I don't think black people.
Well, you really don't. No.
So where does he get his, like, it just seems weird, right? To just be yelling out racial slurs about, like, people that don't even live where you live.
I don't know. I mean, and one of the thoughts, or one of the things that people were speculating is that that's probably how he talks in real life. So
well, that would be my guess, right? You don't.
Yeah.
Stuff like that doesn't just come out in the heat of the moment, and you never say it before, right? Like I don't have like Tourette's where I'm playing, Cookie Clicker and I buy the wrong building.
By the way, it is not confirmed that he does not have Tourette's, just so you all know. We have not.
Fuck, what?
But all right, well, next we'll go to Papa. What do you think?
Well, I think the first thing you have to look at is what the probable demographics are and how one person can influence so many without even realizing it.
Well, he's got one hell of an audience, and most of them are under the age of 14, so there's a bit of responsibility there for not being an asshole.
And this isn't the first controversy he's been involved in, where he's basically been called a racist. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Lava, what do you think?
Well, for this one, I mean, he tries to blame it on, well, I was playing with people, and when I'm playing with them, I start saying the language that they're saying. But if you don't use that word in real life, it's not going to pop out. I'm not just going to pop off and say the N-word because I don't say that. Right. So, I think he's trying to backtrack and everything, but he has to somewhat use it in normal life. Otherwise, that's just not going to pop out. I mean, you're just not going to say that. I would pop off and say, fucking asshole, maybe something like that. But I'm not going to say the N-word,
I know you would pop off and say that because
say.
you say it to me at least like 5 times a week. So. Well, here's the thing too. Is like I'm not some little SJW bitch that's sitting here going, oh my god, you know, I used to use the N word or what. Like, I think in context, right? Anything to me is fine. Nothing's off limits when it comes to humor, right? Like you can say it's never too soon to say whatever.
Right.
But in this case, right, he wasn't going for humor. He was trying to insult another person, and at that point, you've kind of gone the wrong direction with it.
Right.
Agreed.
And it doesn't. Here's the thing with PewDiePie, right? I respect how much money he's made and how successful he's been on YouTube. Would never watch his content because I'm not 12, right? Like the whole like fake screamy, bullshit like that just isn't my cup of tea.
Right.
But I still respect him. I mean, he was really successful, did a great job, but he's fucking stupid.
And that he is. I mean, he is very, very stupid. So I don't. Mama said he makes millions for being an asshole. I think it's about time they do something about it. Just because he's a big YouTuber, he should not have any consequences for what he did. And actually, that's actually what we're gonna get into. The maker of Firewatch, and his name skips my brain at the moment. Starts with a C, but I can't remember. Anyway, has put up a DMC takedown. Basically banned him for playing his game and on his channel, and YouTube has agreed, and they made him take down the Firewatch video.
Yeah, I have issues with this whole thing.
All right, well, you want to start? Go for it.
A DMCA is there for if you own the copyright of something and somebody is using it improperly, right? The fact that they allowed it, and we're probably pretty happy about it, and now that they don't like him, they're going to come back and say, oh no, now that's violating our copyright. It's a shitty thing to do, and it's a bad precedent to set for videos on YouTube, right? The whole, whether we're allowed to actually stream to Twitch or YouTube video game content is really, and always has been, up in the air. It's never been ruled on whether it's legal or not, right? Whether it counts as fair use, because for something to be fair use, it has to be transformative. You have to be changing it. And really doing a let's play, and even though you're talking over it or whatever, the game is still there, the story is still there. You're not really transforming it that much. So it could be argued that if a game company wants to say, no, you can't stream our game, that they're well within their rights to stop you and to do DMCAs on your videos. Which I think is the reasoning that the Firewatch guy is using for taking those videos down. That, well, I could take them down anytime, but you were fine with leaving them when they were making you money, right? Like, PewDiePie plays the game, 6 million people buy it because he played it.
Exactly, and that's what happened. I think it was like 75% of their sales was right after his video aired on YouTube.
So, I think on top of it, it was a stupid move on the developer's part because it bit him in the ass. Like, the negative attention that the developer would have got from PewDiePie having showed his game after what PewDiePie did, right? This game's been out for over a year now, so the people watching PewDiePie's video of it's got to be pretty small anyways. But the negative attention that guy got for actually doing the DMCA, and the backlash he's gotten from PewDiePie's audience, the backlash he's gotten on Steam, which we'll talk about in a second, it's not worth it to me. Like, it was a dumb move on the dev's part to do what he did.
And the copyright takedown was requested by Campo Santo, is the name of the company. Founder Sean Vanaman was the first that tweeted that he would be issuing the request to YouTube. And that was done on Sunday, and apparently it's been approved as of this morning. So he did have to remove it, or maybe it was approved last night. I don't remember. But PewDiePie says that this is a big deal for him because if he gets a total of 3 copyright strikes, his channel's gone. Now, let's go to Lava. And do you think that YouTube will actually honor that? Do you think that because he's such a big YouTuber, if he gets 3 copyright strikes, do you think they'll completely disable his channel?
No, I think they'll give him a warning because they'll be like, well, you can't do that again. But first of all, my issue is he wasn't even playing that game. I mean, it wasn't even that game that he said the racial slur. So for them to put out future takedown of his previous videos and for any future content, I mean, first of all, that's ridiculous. We're not children. And I realize his audience is children, but they're setting a precedence for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are they going to do if I'm playing something and I'm cussing right and left because, I get scared, I die, whatever, I cuss. That's just what I do. So it's kind of setting a precedence of, well, now we can kind of say who can play it and who can't, and who's okay saying bad language and who's not. And that's what's not okay because, for somebody like PewDiePie, yes, he has such a big following and everything, but then what are they going to do to the smaller guys? The smaller person, they get 3 strikes. I mean, there is no coming back from that. You have to completely start a whole new channel. But somebody like PewDiePie, you give them 3 strikes and they're going to be like, well, we'll take it down for this. And he has the money to fight it.
Right.
Which honestly he should, because it had nothing to do with that game. I mean, I think that's
I almost
ridiculous.
don't want to see him fight it though, because I don't want to see that whole thing go to court of whether a dev can or cannot say that you can.
Well, and actually, I'll touch on that in a second because we do have an attorney who chimed in on that whole thing about the Let's Plays. But Papa, what do you think? Let me go back here a little bit. Campo Santo, the company who makes Firewatch, or the publisher, whoever they are, I can't remember at the moment, and I apologize. But
developer.
The developer, yeah. What do you think that when they put out on Twitter to other developers to follow us and do the same thing to Felix, to PewDiePie? What do you think about that? Like, do you feel that that's fair that other developers chime in on this when really? In my opinion, Firewatch shouldn't have even chimed in the beginning. It wasn't even hit their video, like Lava said. It was PUBG he was playing. So, what do you think? As far as, do you think other developers should chime in and do the same thing to him? Copyright strike his content.
Well, for that to come from the developer, they're not looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is you're going to get 100 different guys streaming the same game, and it's interpreted 100 different ways. Okay, so the onus at that point comes down to the person actually doing the video, like putting it forward to, like, use your filter system, check things at your mouth before they exit.
Exactly, check things out.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, shut up, Ariel.
So,
filter? What filter?
A little bit on what you were saying, Cyril. There actually has been, and let me see if I again can find their name real quick.
Is it Leonard French?
No, it's another attorney. According to Mona Ibrahim, a lawyer who works in the gaming industry, who has written about this issue in the past for Polygon Studios, they say in the case of Let's Play videos, a content owner like Campo Santo would argue that they can revoke their permissive, non-exclusive license to Steam against anyone who uses their content in any way they find offensive or in any way that associates their game with a brand with something that it's against their values. Okay? Under the copyright law, where did it say here? I wish I could highlight in here. I'm reading on my iPad, and Let's Plays are not fair use, according to the copyright law.
Well,
so therefore, they do have the right, past tense, to come back and say, I want my stuff off your channel.
Well, see, and there's the thing I would argue is that the copyright law doesn't say anything explicitly about Let's Plays, and Let's Play stuff like that has never been taken to court, so there is no precedent set at this moment, right? I think that's the way, if it did go to court, it would be ruled that the content creator, the game developer, whoever, actually does own that content, and that Let's Plays are not transformative, because it would be hard to argue that they are transformative, right? Like, you're not changing anything with the video. You might be talking over it, right? But the audio's still there, and even without the audio, like just the video, you're look at a super heavy like Firewatch is a heavy story based game. people come and watch you stream it and they see the story, there's no a lot of times I'll still go and play it anyways because I kind of like that stuff. But for the most part, there's no need for the person to play it anymore. So you're damaging their brand is what I think the legal term that it comes down to.
Right.
And then the whole thing with PewDiePie and him doing what he did and then playing the game is also could be argued is damaging their brand.
Right. And it is. It could be argued, but I mean, what's damaging their brand right now, though, is the fact that they went ahead and did the copyright strike. They pulled it from his videos. They punished him. He has to wait 90 days. One of his options, according to Google, is he has to wait 90 days, and then he can go to copyright school and then basically what's the word I'm looking for? He can go back to Campo and say, hey, look, I'm sorry for this, whatever. Can I please get this strike removed? And he can have it removed, but he has to wait the 90 days, go to copyright school and all this other stuff. And I mean, are those
well, that's where Google needs to grow with this whole issue too, because this kind of copyright strike is different than any other typical one, right? Like, because when PewDiePie created this, he wasn't doing anything wrong, right? When he created the videos, everybody else doing it, like the whole saying it's a copyright violation after the fact, months down the line, because you don't like something that person did, I don't think should grant anybody a copyright strike, because there's no way to prevent that, right? Like, it's not like he could see into the future and know that this shit was going to happen.
Okay, my question is, though, and this goes to any of you, if he's so bent on this, when PewDiePie had the other racial incident that he had, where he was called a racist and, the Nazi thing, why didn't he do it then? Because that was, I believe, if I remember correctly when I was looking, that was after he already did the Firewatch video. So,
well, I view this whole thing as just like a PR stunt on the Firewatch guys thing, right? He thought he could read the gaming community and that we were all against PewDiePie, which for the most part we are. Right. But we're also not, a good chunk of it anyway, stupid enough to just follow the marching band and be like, oh, well, this guy did something that hurts PewDiePie. Well, that's awesome, right? Like, no, we think about the repercussions of things. And so in this case, not only was PewDiePie wrong, but the person that was trying to wrong PewDiePie is wrong too. And it's completely backfired on him.
Well, yeah, and people are going to be less likely to put out, especially to live stream, if there's somebody that might slip up and say something that they're not going to like. So people are going to be less likely to want to live stream their games now. So, I mean, that's on them.
Like we were saying, and we haven't brought it up yet, but their Steam reviews for Firewatch have been completely bombed. They went from, it was mostly positive overall until this happened, and now it's
already mixed this morning, as of this morning.
Mixed, because I don't even know if Steam comes up and says mostly negative ever, or if it just
it does. It'll say mostly negative eventually. Yes. I think I've No Man's Sky went like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was there? Was another one that got review bombed recently.
There was another one.
GTA 5.
Yeah.
When the modding stuff happened with GTA 5, they
got review bombed, and that went mostly negative. Yep. So yeah, they will, and the gaming community will speak out. I mean, they'll give their 2 cents. So your game's going to tank, and a lot of people in the review bombs, because I was reading some of them this morning, they're giving away the ending because apparently there's a twist in the end. So they're giving away the ending in the review bombs so people won't play
now
it.
That's a dick move.
But I mean, it is, but
that's not cool.
But it is what it is. I mean, you piss off the gaming community. Unfortunately, they come after you, and so they're like,
well, that's
we
the problem.
don't.
Is there's a subset of the gaming community that's just completely out of control and makes the rest of us look bad. Because every week it's something different, right? And there'll be a small subset of us that just flies off the handle, and then that's how the whole community gets represented, is with it's the ones with the loudest voices.
And unfortunately, I think, and again, I'm just speculating, I have no clue, I don't have stats or anything, but I would be willing to guess that if you looked at the age group, it's probably the same viewers of PewDiePie who are bombing Steam, bombing the reviews right now. So you're gonna think it's gonna be teenagers or less, and I realize that Steam has a requirement that you're supposed to be a certain age to be on Steam, but very well parents allow them to sign up for it because they don't want to deal with them. So here, give their kids a Steam account, buy them games, and they're done. But you know, there are a lot of people who are bombing them, probably that are, you know, older as well, that aren't doing it appropriately. They should handle it appropriately. But unfortunately, the gaming community does get represented, as you said, by the ones who have the loudest voices. So, well, that kind of brings up another topic, because we'll kind of move on from that. And that's Destiny 2. I don't know if you've heard the news about Destiny 2, but apparently they have, whatever, accidentally on one of their gauntlets, they put part of a racist symbol. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
Yeah, I can't remember what country the racist symbol was from. It wasn't anything that...
No, it wasn't. And it's all over the news now because they're making a big deal out of it. It was completely by accident. It's a white supremacist, the Kekistan meme flag.
Kyrgyzstan.
It's Kekistan. Kekistan.
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if they
Anyway.
have vodka in Kyrgyzstan.
But accidentally on one of the sleeves, they put 2 of the K's and the 3 lines. Well, actually, they put 4 lines, but there's 3 in the flag with 2 K's on each side of it, and that's supposed to represent. Again, they didn't mean to, as they said. That it was a complete accident. But it's, I don't know. When it was created back in June of 2015, they didn't even realize that's what it was. The flag was popular on 4chan, which we all know and love so much.
I probably don't get shit from 4chan for your game, is my
Well,
piece of
yeah,
advice.
and I don't know, but
I mean, Dick Butt's popular on Reddit, but you know, you probably don't want him on your uniform.
and that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I think that they're with Destiny 2. I think they're blowing this one a little bit out of proportion. I mean, I don't think it should be all over
that's the other
news.
problem with the whole like gaming community lately, and in the gaming media, is that we blow fucking everything out of proportion. We make everything. We have to have a weekly disaster, or nobody's happy.
Well,
What?
I agree with you, but it's not just the gaming community. It's the whole.
Oh no, it's
the whole world.
it's bled over through. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, because of the whole 24-hour news, right? Like
Yeah.
there is no news, so we have to make fucking news.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And the problem is it's all SJW type shit right now, right? Like somebody's always feeling wrong, and then we got to report on that. And then the people that feel like they're not wrong, that person's just being a whiner, they're gonna bitch, and it's just gonna be. It's the same thing with this PewDiePie thing, right? Like I'm not saying that wasn't news, but it was made much bigger news than
Right,
it
it should
needed
be,
to
yeah.
be.
And
Here we are talking about it, so
yeah,
we're part of the problem.
We're part of the issue, but see, that's the thing is and that brings us to our next topic, gaming toxicity, which includes a lot of games, a lot of people. I mean, it's been big lately on Cyrillus. Thank you very much for the bits. Good job, guys. Support your supporters. Thank you very much for the bits. We do appreciate it. That's one of the things, though, with gaming toxicity. We've got to find a way as a gaming community to come together and I don't want to say put a stop to it, because it sounds like a big campaign that we're gonna have to do and try to get everybody to love one another, so to speak. And that's not what I mean. But this came up.
I got the campaign right now. It's called "Say No to Assholes."
and that's the thing. This all came up because of Overwatch. Overwatch has put a report system on consoles, and now they're being flooded with reports of people who are doing bad things in games, calling people names, being rude on voice chat, and it's causing Overwatch to actually be delayed in their production and their developing, because of the fact that all these people are putting in these reports and they're having to go through. I mean, honestly, they should just. And again, I don't know how much money that Blizzard has or whatever, but
How much money? Blizzard has a fucking solid gold logo in front of their building. They got fucking money.
they need to
They're
hire.
fine.
They need to hire people to go through these and handle them. Just a section of people just to go through these complaints, so that way it doesn't hold up production. Because what you're doing is you're punishing the people who play the game and play it religiously and play it because they love it, for these people who are being rude and offensive and everything like that. And so with the gaming toxicity that we're talking about, it's one of those things where you have to understand that when you play a game, it is just that. It's a game. And yes, I'll be the first to admit I raged, but you know, you guys saw when I started raging at GTA 5, I quit playing on stream because I didn't want to get to that point like what PewDiePie did. I didn't want to get to that point. I didn't want to get to a point where I'd say something I'd regret and it'd be online forever, you know? And that's not who I am. So I stopped playing for like a couple weeks because I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I've had enough of the trolls and everything like that. So what do you think, and we'll start with Papa, what do you think is going to have to change in the gaming community in order for us to have a less toxic gaming community?
Well, for one thing, you know, I think there's individuals out there who are just plain and simple whiny goddamn sore losers, period. You know, things don't go their way, and they're going to type shit in chat or you know, say things in voice chat. It's like, really? Fucking grow up.
Yeah.
My thought is with Overwatch, why do we even need fucking text chat in Overwatch, right? Like, either you're on voice chat talking to your team, you're not going to be typing shit into text chat about strategizing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So why does it even need to be there, right? That'll resolve half the issue. There's no need for me to even be able to talk to the other team.
Right, right. And there's not.
So I think that would get rid of a good chunk of it right there if you just removed the text chat.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Although, like, if this
Yeah,
shit's happening
oh,
on
okay.
console a bunch, like, I don't know how much text chat actually happens on consoles.
Well,
like,
see, that's the
Well,
thing
but
is...
see, you can get the keyboards to put on your
Yeah, but
controllers,
you still need a set of hands to run the damn keyboard plus the controller.
I don't
oh
know.
no, I had the ones that with the thumbs. Like, yeah, back on the 360, I had my one, and I could.
Yeah, because it fits right in the middle.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I'm so focused when I'm playing the game. I don't take time to chat with anybody. If I can't
No.
hear your voice.
The
and
only thing
speak
that
to you
chat
that
is
way,
going to get
no.
used for is talking shit, right? Like that's
Yeah.
that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing I use it for is typing GG easy into.
Which they've toned those down, though.
Pure smack talk.
They
Yeah.
toned down the GG easy messages.
Yeah, they're not as
Oh.
trolly anymore, yeah.
I like them.
I know, I did too. I thought they were funny.
Yeah, they were funny.
I agree with that, Serial, and if I don't like voice chat, I just turn it down. Yeah, that's what Mama said.
Yeah.
So
I just don't play with fucking
When I play
puppies.
Overwatch, I'm focused on talking to the people that I'm actually in game with so we can do strategy. Beyond that, I give a rat's ass
Right.
about who's typing what in chat.
But you're not going to be doing that with puppies, right? Like,
Yeah.
nobody wants to be in voice chat with puppies because
Well-
fuck
Oh,
that
I
shit.
won't be. I won't. No, if I'm playing with, let's say, Geek in PUBG, I'm going to be communicating with him, not the rest of the idiots that are out playing the game.
Right, but
I
we'll
mean,
be in
like,
Discord.
Overwatch is a a team-based thing. So generally, you're gonna do better if you talk to all your teammates. But fuck puppies.
Well, see, go
But
ahead.
also as a streamer or even video maker or whatever it is that you do, you don't want to go in there because you turn voice chat on any game that you go to, you're going to get a lot of the
There's gonna be
inbox.
some inbox.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of them. So as a general rule, Geek and I were just talking about that the other day. One of the first things we do to a game is turn on the voice chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't even stream that much, but I turn it off just because I don't want to put up with the N-bombs, and I don't want to put up with the 12-year-old with mom screaming at him in the background and him telling me he fucked my mom every other,
yeah, or them yelling in your ear and you're like,
Yeah.
hello.
or playing their music over their mic or
Yeah.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yep. Or they have their kid sister, kid brother yanking on their arm, yelling at them they want to play or something, and
Yeah.
and that's the thing that's why as content creators, as streamers, we do turn off usually the voice chat unless it's just people we know, which in that case most of the time we're in Discord or TeamSpeak, whichever you choose to use.
And I mean,
So
at least with the people we surround ourselves with, they're not much better than those kids, but they're a little bit better.
Okay, but we know each other. We can be like, okay,
Yo,
a
shut
little
the
louder.
fuck up.
That's
Right,
being
yeah.
Exactly.
hey, we
So
hear
that's
that in the
different.
background. Can you mute your mic or go to push to
Yeah.
talk, please?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah,
annoying.
but we know how to criticize constructively.
Right.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
We
you
do.
guys do. I just tell you, you're a
See?
fucking
You're
ass.
smart for a little
Yeah.
guy.
yeah.
Well, it
Cyril's
depends on my
great at that.
mood, so
Just tell you you're not human.
And that's the thing though. What are we gonna have to do as a community? Like, how do we set an example? Do we have to go as far as YouTube says and become a family friendly community in order for it to stop, or what do we have to do as a community to get the
I don't
toxicity?
think there's there's anything. It's human nature, right? You get a little bit of anonymity, which is what you're getting with Overwatch or League of Legends or whatever, and people just go ape shit nuts, right? So
Right.
I think in short of doing like what Korea has done and made it so that your name is tied to every account, there's no anonymity there, period.
Right.
In fact, it's basically illegal at this point to be anonymous there. Short of doing that, I don't know that there's a lot that we can do.
Right.
Because you look at it works too, right? You look at stuff like what used to be like my local news station here. You could anonymously post comments to their articles,
Right.
and it was YouTube level toxic. And then they made it you had to use a Facebook account that had your name tied to it and everything, and well, lo and behold, the comments are a lot less toxic now.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing with the internet. You can hide behind, oh, this is who I am today, and I'm somebody else tomorrow, and I'm never my real self. So people do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your gamer tag thing said your actual name and then the city you lived in, people would be a lot less dickish.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because then there wouldn't be that anonymity, or
Yep.
it wouldn't be. You wouldn't be able to hide behind a gamer tag anymore.
Yep.
And that's one of the things, though, is that do you feel that all these games that you pay good money for, I'm not talking about the free-to-play games, but the ones you pay good money for, do you think they should be able to ban you for being stupid, like an asshole?
From the multiplayer components? Yeah.
Yes.
The other thing that they'll do is throw people into a shithead category, which is fine too, right? Like, oh, you want to be an
GTA
asshole?
5
Well,
does,
you can.
right?
Yeah, you can only play with other assholes. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I agree with that. But I think if somebody slips up one time and does something, I mean, I think sometimes they go a little extreme, but nobody wants somebody being a dick all the time.
Now, my thing is, like, if you're caught cheating, fuck you, you're gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
If you can't play the game fairly, don't frickin' play it at all.
Right.
Unless it's money in GTA, and then that's a whole
I don't play GTA, so I can't comment on that.
See, Cyril's just as bad. Moist Booty Boy said, "I am who I am. Nothing anonymous about me or my gamer tag."
See,
So-
that's the way Geek and I are. Our gamer tags are the
do your
same
friends call you
everywhere, and-
Mr. Moist Booty Boy?
Wow.
And like, if you Google our names, I mean, it's not hard to find out who we are, and we made it that way on purpose. So
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
hide
I already
ourselves.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
If you all want to steal my credit information and pay my bills off,
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Welcome.
I've got student
All
loans up
for
the
it.
ass. If you want to pay them for me, I've got. I don't have the best credit score, so you know what? It is what it is.
all you
So-
can do is help at this point.
Yeah, right. And especially after, what was it, Experian? No,
Oh yeah. Everyone has my credit
Equifax,
information anyway.
yeah.
So.
Equifax.
Equifax. Yeah, mine got leaked.
I'm
It said I
good.
was one of
Mine
the people
didn't
who
get
was
stolen.
leaked. So I was like, well, what are they gonna do? Fix it for me? I mean, if they want,
know.
it's great. Thanks. Yeah, give me fix it so I can
Yeah,
buy
man,
a
I'll
house.
give you my social security number. We'll get
Right. So that's the thing, though, is this gaming toxicity stuff it's getting all over and it's always been there. It's always been a component, but it's just starting to shed light now because there's so many more loud voices. That
Well, and I think there's
act
things
like
you
this.
can do to mitigate it, right? Like what they're just trying to do with Overwatch. Like they're kind of maybe going a bit overboard, but on the opposite end of that spectrum is fucking League of Legends, right? That does nothing about it, and that community is just new. Like League of Legends to me doesn't look like that bad of a game. Like I know it's simplified, but I play quite a bit of Heroes of the Storm and enjoy it. But I won't even try League because that community is just fucking toxic as sin. Like I don't want nothing to do with it.
And there are a lot of toxic communities now. When I first started playing Minecraft, which is when I first started coming to Twitch and playing Minecraft, then the community was like no big deal. They were all nice. You got along and everything like that. It slowly started to change a little bit, but you notice the Minecraft community is still a pretty tight knit community. They are still. They're not as toxic as other communities. Whereas you have, like, what is that one game that all the kids play? Roblox?
Roblox?
Yes. Oh my gosh. You go on the server and within 5 minutes the N-word's in the chat. you know, and you got other words going over, you know, it's oh my gosh, it's crazy. And so,
or you got people hitting on kids, and all of a sudden the kids are like, "I'm 5," and they're like, "Oh crap!"
yeah,
It's a kids game. What do you expect?
yeah. I mean, you're not going to go in there and with the purpose of hitting on children unless you're.
I was
strange.
watching my buddy's kids play that game, and I just don't. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Maybe I'm old, but I just don't. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, again, for those of you who like it, I'm sorry, but Unturned, I don't get that one myself.
Oh, asset
Yeah.
flip bullshit game.
Yeah, I don't, I don't get
Yeah.
Unturned at all. And people love it. People play it all the time.
We'll talk about asset flip bullshit later on.
So
Hashtag triggered.
hashtag triggered. But that's the thing. As a community, we need to come together and we need to figure out a way to fix this, because the media now, the regular news media, is starting to talk about us in a negative light, and we're not. All of us aren't that way. It's just because of the loud voices. And
The thing the media keeps doing lately that's pissing me off is they're trying to drag the whole Gamergate thing back out and make
Oh,
it a
yeah.
thing again.
Yeah, but okay, think about this. Any news personality or whatever, when they comment on any given subject, it's safe to say they're going to add their slant into it, whether it's right or wrong. They're going to add it in.
You know, sex sells and violent sells, and so you got to add all that shit to everything. And
Well, like when they tried to blame, oh, kids are violent because of the violence in the video games, and finally they've disproven that. But you know, they've always had some toxicity.
I've been playing
towards
GTA
gamers.
5 for years, and I'll tell you what, I never want to own a gun. I'm just
I've
not
only,
that kind of
like-
person.
I mean, I only killed like 6 people, right? So it's
No, see, we just want to go take our cars and run over people at random, you know.
Yes, because we're GTA 5 people, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I mean, to be fair, if I
Yeah.
did get behind the wheel of a car, I would run people over. But
That's because you're blind.
You totally would.
Yeah, but that's for a different reason.
What do you think? What do y'all think the most toxic community is? Moist
LOL.
wants to know. LOL.
Fucking League of Legends. Yeah.
I haven't been
I-
in the League of Legends community, so I don't
That's what I
know.
was gonna say. We haven't done League of Legends, but you know, Geek and I like playing WoW, and it's not toxic like what I hear of League of Legends. So
And
No, I was always pretty laid back. Like,
the one I say the most from experience is GTA 5. I mean, it's,
yeah.
every time you get on there,
The
there's trolls. There's
Yeah.
people sitting there harassing you. It's constant all the time.
And then you end up server hopping.
but in GTA 5, if you lose, people don't try to convince you to go commit suicide. That's fucking low.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
right.
wow.
And that if they're doing that, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Oh, it's
so
holy shit! You just got really loud all of a sudden.
right?
did I really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good.
Now you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just for a minute, you were like,
Woo!
"Hello, all
Super
sexy in your voice."
No, I'm the last.
But yeah, so that's I don't know. Anyway, we can move on from that, but it's one of those things that you got to bring it up, and I think that kind of relays us into the next topic at hand, which is the YouTube adpocalypse we were going to discuss a little bit of, because it's been brought back again because of the PewDiePie incident, and they're, of course, the advertisers are saying, well, this is why we're doing it, and so YouTube's stance is they want everybody to move to a family friendly. And what do you think? Like earlier this week we were talking about it. What do you think, Killer?
It's not gonna. It'll work for certain communities, right? It's not gonna work for our community, and I think that's where people lose sight of YouTube for a bit. Is, you know, YouTube isn't just the video games. For a lot of us, that's what it is. But I think with the video game market, like going family friendly, it's not gonna work, right? Like, so it does for some people, but I like my vulgar people.
What do you think, Papa? Do you think you could censor yourself and go PG so when you record on YouTube, just so you can get AdSense?
No.
No.
No. I'm sorry. If the fact that I cuss a bit is my nature, well, so be it. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to change or re-alter myself just to suit any given individual. It's like, if you don't like what I'm doing, then watch something else.
I mean, I can force myself to do the PG thing. Like when me and my friends were doing the Minecraft stream, fucking 40 hours a week. We had just, I don't even know why we did it, but it was like a goal of ours just to be PG. It wasn't for any moral reasons or anything. We're just like, well, let's just see if we can, because we were all filthy mouth motherfuckers, right?
I mean, do you really have
So-
morals though, Cyril?
Well, I did on stream, and then they were fake, of course.
Okay,
but-
all right, cool. All right, go ahead. Just keep going.
I mean, I'd start the stream on each day and be like, praise Jeebus and all that. And then,
Wow.
and then I'd get off stream and my hair would light on fire.
Or loses the ability to walk on water.
Oh.
But I mean, I can do it. It's just I prefer not to, and I'd prefer that the people that I want should not do it either, just because it just comes across as not being natural, you know, just being fake. I mean,
And
Okay,
see, that's
so-
my thing with it too. I don't want to watch somebody that you find out later that's not who they are in real life. I want to see somebody that shows me who they are. Like I don't want. I
Who
corrected
they am.
myself. Shut. I used to try to be the whole PG thing, and you know that's just not me. And so, I don't want to try to be somebody else. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to watch somebody like that either. So,
when you got to pull your dick out for her on bet, you got to pull your dick out for her on
well,
bet,
you
right?
know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just
Well,
want
I
to
mean-
watch that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that every third word that comes out of my mouth is deemed to be profanity. But if I slip up in a game in the heat of the moment, I'm going to say, God damn it.
Exactly. Like
Okay.
I was saying earlier, if I get scared, you know, if I mess up something, you know, I get mad. It's going to slip out. It doesn't mean that's what I'm going to purposely do the whole time. I mean,
Now, for the
That's different.
apocalypse, another thing is the violent games. So Lava, what do you think? Do you think you'd ever stop playing violent games just so you can get AdSense on YouTube?
nope. I'll be like, fuck you, I'll play what I want.
Because the big thing that earlier this week was any video that had the title Destiny 2, anything
Okay.
Destiny 2,
Exactly.
it was
And
automatically demonetized.
So where does it stop there? What about the horror games? You know, the one
the
that's really
problem-
popular right now, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
His
how many
whole
people
purpose
play
is
that
going
game?
around killing everybody. Yeah, and it's very
Well, okay.
very violent and very graphic.
What about PUBG, the #1 game right now on Steam, streaming, everything?
It's not. It doesn't have the graphic aspect of it, but yeah, that's the whole point. Is you're
If
supposed to kill
YouTube wants to
somebody.
have gaming be a thing on their site, right, this whole thing is just going to have to be rescinded. The problem is right now, the way I've heard it, I talked about this last week, the thing that's doing all this demonetizing of videos and flagging them it's a bot that Google wrote.
Mhm.
And like the Destiny thing is a perfect example. The bot has decided that any video that is Destiny, it's bad. Why did it decide that? We don't know, because bots are complicated. They don't know. But they just are like, we're just going to let it run and see if it learns that Destiny isn't bad and all these other things. So there's a lot of stuff that's getting flagged right now that YouTube isn't necessarily against, but the bot is, and the bot is our overlord right now. So I'll hail the bot.
And that is the way it is. They're saying, well, you know, we made a mistake, but it's already in place, and we're not going to take it down because it's serving its purpose for the most part.
We
Okay.
spent so much money making this bot, we're going to goddamn well use it.
Okay, but I do have to say, it depends what they're doing. Like if they're trying to see why did the bot pick to decide this, so they can learn to reprogram the bot. Okay, I can see them maybe letting it go for a while so they can teach it. Okay, well this isn't bad. I see this is why you chose to take out all the Destiny 2 videos. So this is what we need to reprogram on it. If that's what they're doing, that's okay. I mean, that's good. That's what we need. But if they're just going to let it sit there and run and do that, I mean, that's just
Well, the problem
gonna-
though, it's like testing something like that in a live environment like this is you're fucking with people's livelihoods, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Like the bot doing that with the Destiny video. There's somebody that's not fucking eating this month because all their videos got demonetized.
Well, and I think that's why a lot of people are going and having like setting up Patreon and stuff. Like I haven't done that yet, but you know, it's something that a lot of YouTubers and stuff are doing because they can't count on that AdSense like they used to be able to.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is why they're doing the Patreon and the Game Wisp and all those services that
Yeah.
offer the subscription services.
And then, of course, if you live stream, people can donate and subscribe. And
Mike the Mad Kiwi says services like vid.me are loving this, or have to be loving this. And he also said Skynet doesn't like Destiny. Abort, abort. So, there you go.
I mean, it's probably because it's so fucking boring, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, well, you know. That
They're
could
not
be.
being
Everybody's
demonetized
opinions.
for violence. They're
Right.
being monetized because they're fucking boring.
And into Lava's comment earlier, well, everybody was kind of talking about it. Mama said, to be fake is wrong. We should get to be exactly the people we are. And so, but again, isn't that the problem kind of with with the society as a whole? We have to censor ourselves. We really can't be who we are. Because that's the whole
if I want to
thing.
be a fucking attack helicopter, I'm going to be an attack helicopter. Nobody's going to tell me different.
Well, do
I
you-
want to totally see that.
Okay, and this
Yeah,
is
and
way
I'll get the anti-aircraft gun trying to shoot them out of the sky.
this is way off gaming topics or whatever. But do you really care that Ted Cruz was looking at porn earlier this week? I mean, does anybody give a shit?
I give more respect. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't give a shit except for the fact that Ted Cruz is the type that, I mean, I'm sure he fucking has, that would talk shit on somebody else for
Well, he probably he probably would.
horrible. So the whole hypocrisy there, that's the only thing I give a shit about. Otherwise, like,
Yeah.
But you know, other than that, you don't care,
Interesting.
right? I mean,
Right.
and they made a huge deal about it. What?
Yeah.
Why do we care that he's looking at porn? You know?
I think
I'm
though,
sure.
like I said, if it had been somebody that was less conservative,
Right.
that it would have been way less news. But
Right.
it is the hypocrisy that people eat up, because there's a lot of hypocrisy coming from that side of the aisle.
Well, yeah, that goes back to people being fake. I mean, trying to
Well, it's
be
like-
somebody that everybody's gonna love, so they'll vote for me. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like it's been
That's
three
not-
different times with like hardcore conservative Republican senators that have been anti-gay and then been found out to have been getting fucking blowjobs in hotel rooms from male fucking prostitutes. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, people eat up that hypocrisy. They like it.
But see, that's the thing that with our society nowadays, kind of getting back to topic, is that we all have to censor ourselves. We can't be who we are, because now with social media around, which is really big now, which, you know, what, 15 years ago it wasn't even close to being as big as it is now, where everything is like, the minute you do something, it's put out on social media and you're ruined for life. And people don't understand the effects this is having on people who, you know, on the people who are getting their life ruined, so to speak. And we should actually care. I know most people don't, but we should care, because of the fact that that's not our position to do. That's not our place to ruin other people's lives just because they made a mistake, or because they looked at porn, or because of whatever, you know.
I think just with the whole fact that with our society now that everything ends up going online or whatever, we just have to learn to be a more forgiving
Right.
people.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because there's not a lot we can do about the other part as far as like stuff getting out, because it's just
Right.
it's gonna get out. It's too easy now. Like in Pandora's box, right? We can't put the lid back on.
Right.
But we have to just learn to like, okay, well that person fucked up. Let's move on.
Yeah. And it, unfortunately, it doesn't right now. It carries out for a week or two before we finally just let it go, you know, and it's all over the place until those people feel like complete shit, or, you know, God forbid they kill themselves because of all the social media problems.
I think
that
though
they're
too,
having.
like somebody like this Ted Cruz thing or whatever, right? Like when you get to that point and you're in the limelight and you've chosen to put yourself in there, like you kind of almost have to take the good with the bad there, right? Like that kind of shit's been happening to people in the limelight since beginning of time.
Oh, and it has, but before it was in a newspaper, so people read about it. What could they do? They, you know, some people read a letter to him saying how disgusting he was or whatever, but there wasn't social media where they could just, you know, blatantly put out there everything they wanted to about how much they hate him or whatever.
I guess
And-
for me, it's the same way as being in the newspaper, because I go through my fucking news feed every day, see it on Google. Oh, Ted Cruz is a fucking hypocritical asshole. Okay, move on. I don't go and tweet at anybody about it or anything. I just read it like I would have in the newspaper, and I'd fucking leave it. Now, some people can't leave it, and they gotta
Right.
go tweet and do that stupid shit.
Right, and that's the thing though. But it's not, when we were talking about a little bit earlier, gaming toxicity. It's not just the gaming community, and that's what Lava brought up too. It's our society as a whole, and we really need to beware of that. And you know, I haven't done as bad as some of these other people have done, but I myself have, you know, ridiculed people or whatever. But again, not to that extent, not to the extent where it makes them feel like crap, because that's not my position. My position is to say, hey, you know, you did something kind of wrong, And I'll be the first to admit if somebody comes to me and says, well, you did this kind of wrong. Yeah, you're damn right I did. I fucked up. That's the way it is. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna lie that I didn't fuck up already. I made mistakes. I've always made mistakes in my life. You know, nobody is perfect.
Except
So
for me.
I am.
Wow.
For both of you.
Wow.
Here's the dichotomy though, right? Is like the internet is great because everybody has a voice. And the internet is fucking terrible because everybody has a voice.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. I think it'll start to get better when people start realizing everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
Now that the internet's out there and social media, if you're putting your shit out there, everybody's going to realize, oh, you're just as fucked up as I am.
Yeah.
And so is that person and that person and that person. And you point to me one person that's not.
Right.
It's just all your crap is getting out there for everybody to know. Once people start realizing that everybody is all screwed up, then it'll kind of mellow out, I think.
It's
a
like
little bit.
It's like you always thought like you had the most fucked up dysfunctional family in the world.
Yeah.
You started seeing everybody else's family and then you're like, we're not so bad.
Exactly. You're like, oh, okay, so I'm not so bad. That's good.
And you know, that's what
And
we
that's
need to
what-
realize as a community, as a gaming community. We need to realize, well, another thing too, that one of the things I loved about Twitch when I first got here is that I found out that other people were broken like me. And that's what I don't know, that's why I embraced the community so fast, so much, because I found out not everybody is living that perfect life that you want to believe that's out there. And so when the gaming toxicity stuff came out this week about, you know, Overwatch, and then other people start chiming in saying, yeah, we get it on our games too, we do this, and it's I don't know, it's one of those things where it's, as a community, we're gonna have to come together and do something about it, and really as content creators and streamers, we're gonna have to be the ones that set the example. And so that's why when the very first story we started with PewDiePie, he's got to have some repercussions, but I don't think what Firewatch did was correct in the way they handled it, but I also, there's got to be, I mean, I think it would have been more appropriate if PUBG, the makers of PUBG, would have come after him and said something, not necessarily banned his content or you know, put up a copyright strike, but yeah, but if they would have said something, say, you know, hey, look, we don't want this kind of toxicity in our game. We do realize it happens, but you know, and for him to offer an apology on behalf of him and PUBG because of the fact that he was playing that game at the time. PUBG is a great game, but in my opinion, again, I know all of you have different opinions about it, but that's the thing is, when I get killed in PUBG, I don't act like that. And I do rage at times, trust me. That's why I quit GTA 5, streaming GTA 5 for a while, because I rage. But, it was getting to the point where I was just like, okay, enough's enough, I gotta get away from this for a while. So, you know, it is what it is, and we have to understand that we, as content creators, have to be the ones who set the example. Now, does that mean we have to be PG, like what YouTube wants in the ad apocalypse or whatever? No, that doesn't mean that, not in my opinion. That means that we should be ourselves, but when it comes to the point where you're starting to feel heated, get up and walk away for a second, you know? Even if you're live streaming, just get up and walk away, take a break, say, guys, I gotta go, you know? Yeah, Papa, go ahead.
Yeah, you just, you know, it's as easy as putting up your break screen, walking away, take a few deep breaths, grab something to drink, sit down, and get back into it.
Exactly.
What you do, you gotta be yourself, right? So, I am a Russian vodka drinking, and so I say mother bitch when I get killed. And,
Oh, so in other words, I can call you Malenki Huyu.
yes.
And so, and while I agree that it's not okay what PewDiePie did, and that I think this is part of the reason when it first started, like, you know, because he obviously was in the other things that happened with him too. It's not okay that he's doing this, and I think he should be punished somehow. I don't know what a just punishment is, because I'm not one of those people who can think of punishments appropriately for other people. I don't think that way. I do think that an appropriate apology would be good, because his apology, if you watched it, it was only like a 2-minute video, but it was like, well, you know, I shouldn't have said that, and I'm sorry, but, and then he made an excuse.
I think an appropriate punishment would be people unsubbing from him, right? And that's probably what has been happening.
Yeah.
Like,
but probably not as much as you think.
Yeah, because of his audience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you look at like those the Fine brothers, right? When they fucking pissed off the entirety of YouTube, and they lost, you know, 60-70% of their subs.
Right.
Well, and I think as far as a punishment for PewDiePie, people are tying both things that he did as one and being racist. I disagree that the first thing he did was racist. I think he was stupid, obviously. I mean, he shouldn't have done that. But he was trying to prove a point that these people will do anything for $5. That's really
Right.
what he was doing. So I don't see his first incident as being racist. This
It wasn't
one,
racist. It was fucking stupid. But it
yeah, it
Right.
was stupid. But people keep saying that he was racist and this is the second time he's been racist. No, this is the first time he's been racist. The first time he was just being stupid. I mean, everybody's stupid once in a while. So, you know, I'm
What?
sure my shit's going to get out there and be like, oh my God, you did that. You're so stupid. Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Yeah, I paid the cost. I
Yeah.
did what I needed to, whatever. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but according to Social Blade, which keeps track of, you know, subscribers and video views and all that, he did
He's
lose
increased.
he did lose 10,000 video views yesterday. However, he has actually gained subscribers since all this started.
Well, yeah, because they're giving them the publicity.
Almost
Who the
10,000.
hell
Like,
has-
well, who is this? I want to go
Who
check
the hell
him
has
out.
not heard of PewDiePie at this point, though? Jesus
Well,
Christ.
no, you're new and upcoming, you know, kids that
Yeah.
are just starting to find YouTube and stuff, that are 13, 14. You know, they just YouTube. Well, and I'll say 13 and 14 because
Or
Google requires you to be 13. But
people that are just getting into gaming videos. Maybe they didn't watch gaming
Right.
videos before. So there's also those people.
Robster wants to know, Voldemort, do you keep your wand in the safe behind you?
Yes, that is what I was laughing about earlier.
And
yes, Lilson Frog, I do vape.
yes, he does.
The
Yeah.
Voldemort thing makes me laugh because it reminds me of last year when I took kids to fucking space camp, and the group I was with were doing like aviation type shit, flying airplanes, so they all had to have fucking call signs, and so I'm standing around when the kids are getting their fucking call signs, and someone was like, "Well, he needs a call sign," and one of the kids like, "I'm gonna call you Skeletor because you look like Skeletor."
I remember when you posted.
You know, it's one of those things. But you know, getting back to the stories and stuff before
No,
we
I'm
move
gonna
on.
fucking derail us.
I know
alright?
you always do. It's fine. It's fine. But we do need to get back to the stories at hand. But with the YouTube apocalypse, excuse me, it could be the apocalypse of YouTube too. You never know. But I think that something's going to have to change. I don't necessarily think the bot, but I think that the people involved in monitoring what's being viewed on YouTube they're going to have to make a change somehow, and they're going to have to reprogram the bot a little bit, because I don't think it's coming across. I don't think it's really doing what it's meant to be doing. I do understand what they want that bot to do. I get that, but in the same turn, on the non-gaming videos that are violent, the ones they're trying to block from YouTube, they've been saying, you know, it's blocking videos that actually matter, that are the only resource they have.
Oh, there was a
for the
documentary about
crimes.
World War II that somebody's been making that got blocked for violence.
Oh wow. See, that's history, but there's also these other, you know, whatever wars going on, you know, civil wars and stuff, that they're very violent. They do show people getting shot and killed and stuff like that, but it's the only documentation they have of that happening, and that YouTube's completely taken them off of their platform, and I think that's what's hurting. Yeah, and it should just be, to be honest, they should have a place. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm throwing it out there because I can. They should have a place where people have to, you know, do some sort of extra authentication or something as an adult. Again, kids are going to get past it, yes, but honestly, with kids nowadays,
that's not what they're worried about with this whole apocalypse thing, right? It's not, oh, the
No,
kids
no.
are seeing this stuff. It's the advertisers, right? The
Right.
advertisers think, oh, we can't advertise on this kind of shit. We don't want to be tied to it.
But
Right.
see, the thing is, who the hell do the advertisers think are buying the stuff?
Right.
It's
Well, I want to
certainly
know what
not
percentage.
kids.
Well, I want to know what percentage of advertisers actually have an issue with, like, say, violent video games,
Right.
and which.
Yeah.
So, because I think if YouTube just put it in place where we could tag our own videos of, okay, this video has violence in it, this video has explicit language,
Yeah.
And then the advertisers could go, okay, I don't want to advertise on shit that has violence. I don't want to advertise on shit that. I would think they would find out that a lot of advertisers just don't give a shit, right? Like, if I'm buying fucking shaving cream, like, I don't care if it was on a violent video game.
Yeah.
Some
Or
guy
vodka.
saying fuck.
You buy
Yeah,
vodka. I mean, if they're advertising vodka, well, I don't think they're gonna care.
Right. So, look how far I can kick the wow. Anyway, okay. So to move on, we'll go. We could always come back to this topic, but we're gonna go ahead and move on, and that's Steam games in 2017. Basically.
Hold on. Lonesome Frog said, "Top Left Man, why do you have a tortilla saying I love you?" I wrote that note. Okay, so it says that sometimes I'm a bitch, but even when I'm being a bitch, I love him.
Okay,
because,
it exactly says,
he's my husband.
I always love you, even when I'm being a bitch, your wifey. That's what it says. Exactly word
And his favorite thing in the world is fucking tortillas.
Yeah,
know,
so that's why it looks like a
killed
tortilla.
me.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so Steam games, they're at an all-time high as far as how many have been on the platform this year compared to previous years. I don't know if you guys have seen. And they're saying that they're going to pass last year as of, I think, the end of this month. Is that what they said, Cyril?
Mm-hmm.
That there are so many games now on Steam. Oh, where is that? I just had that up and now I closed it out by accident.
Well, way to go.
Nice going.
I know, right? But anyway, in a nutshell, I was just going to touch on this real quick, is that there are so many games coming out. We were kind of talking about touching base on this last week, and about the fact that all these games coming out and all the cost involved, but yet the production quality is kind of the basis on how we buy games usually, you know, and how much we spend on them. But I'm a man who goes, you know, for the sale. So with all these games coming out, how do you? We're going to touch on it again this week a little bit, now, especially now that we have Papa and Lava on. How do you justify purchasing a game? Because there are so many now available every week. You know, what are your thoughts?
You let Papa and Lava talk, and then I want to fucking rant. So
okay, cool.
Oh yeah, get off your goddamn soapbox, Cyril.
I'm getting it out. I'm getting the big soapbox out for this one.
All right. So Papa, go ahead. What
for a game is, firstly, I take a look at it. If I like what I see and I can afford to, I'll buy it. Other than that, if it doesn't interest me, bye-bye. I don't want you. You know, I don't expect that people are going to expect me to play a game that I literally have no interest in. Like, oh, this is how you chew down a tree with your teeth. It's like, really? I don't think so.
What kind of games you looking at, Papa?
I was going to say, wow.
That's a secret. If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Shower with your dad simulator.
Wait, what trees are you cutting down in that with your teeth? That's not a tree, Cyril. You know that, right?
Shit. Now you tell me.
Oh, right in the gutter. Right in the gutter yet again.
Yep. All right, so Lava, how do you qualify buying a game?
Well, if it's on sale, but also, I look at all the videos, and or sometimes I go to YouTube. If I like what I see, I'll go. It doesn't even matter what kind of game it is. I will play it. Even some of the cheap little stupid games, you know, I'm all for the humble bundles and the bundle stars, and you know, I buy the dollar bundles and it has all the crappy games on there. But you know what? Sometimes you got to try the little games to find out, hey, that's a really fun game. So I try a lot of them. I'm okay with that.
And that's one of the things that I do is I don't. How do I put it? I don't buy based on the trailer that they make, because the trailer very rarely shows gameplay. I will go to YouTube and watch gameplay on there, or I'll watch a streamer if they're streaming it. I mean, there are streamers who stream some of them, so.
Yeah. So what that does is it prevents you from impulse buying.
Correct, it does. And then I can also see kind of, if I watch somebody play the first 20 minutes of a game or whatever, I can see the bugs that are in it too, so I can be expecting that, you know, because it's a lot of thing, again, kind of rolls back into gaming toxicity. We apparently, as the gaming community, want everything done when it's released. No matter, even if they put early access, which, you know, there are a couple of companies who kind of ruined early access. But that's the thing, is that we want them done, because back in the day, Ruffles, not a sponsor. Back in the day, we
Could be, though.
So they very well could be. They sorry, I lost track completely. When they put early access out, when we used to buy consoles, let's put it that way, back in the day when they didn't have expansion packs, all that stuff, when we used to buy consoles, the game, like Cyril touched on last week, when the game was bought, it was done. You got a cartridge, it was done. You know, there is no expansion, there's no fixing it, there was no internet to hook it up to fix it. So you got a game, it was complete. Nowadays, it's most of the games are in early access, and you know that's how it's I don't know. I guess
To me, though, if you don't claim to be early access, your game better be fucking done, right? Like,
well, and that's true. That's very
especially
true.
if you're a AAA. But that's not the case anymore, right? We get Assassin's Creed Syndicate that has water that gives you a fucking seizure when you look at it. You know, that runs at 20 FPS. Like, there's just, especially for us PC people, we get some really shitty ports on day one, and it just, if the game's not done, don't fucking put it on the market for sale and delay it.
Oh, keep going, Cyril. I got your rant up for you, so you
okay,
go
so
for
I can
it.
go on my whole rant.
Yeah, go
okay,
for it. Yeah, soapbox.
Separate fucking rant though. So Steam had 5,000 games, more than 5,000 games this year. But I would argue that there's no more quality games than there was this year, last year, year before. Hold on one second. They're fucking shit, right? Like, you have to wade through a pile of shit to find a gem that's worth playing. Asset flips. There's so many fucking games on Steam that are just there because of the trading cards, right? There's this whole market of putting a game that's, hell, half the time the executable for the game is missing on these games that get thrown up there. Like, zero effort bullshit, right? You can go on the Unity store, you buy a pre-made asset pack, you don't make any changes to it, you upload it to Steam and you fucking call it Unit Z. Mine Z. This Unit Z is an asset pack that's on the Unity store, and it's on Steam. It's the same goddamn game. It's on Steam. It's being sold at least 10 different times. Right. And it's they pay $20, $50 for this asset pack, and they just upload it to Steam. And so one of the big problems with that whole thing was Greenlight. They had Steam Greenlight, and Greenlight had gotten to a point to where if you could fill out a form, you could get your game on Greenlight. They got rid of Greenlight. Now it's just, if you're willing to pay $100 to have your game put on Steam, now it makes it onto the platform. And that was supposed to be a barrier to entry that would stop some of these shitty games from making it. But it's less of a barrier entry than Greenlight was. So the problem is still there. So my biggest issue with this is that with all these shitty games, those really good indie games that do come on Steam that, you know, they don't have the budget to advertise and put themselves on the front page, we never see them because you have to wade through a pile of shit to find that gem at the bottom.
Right. And that's true. That's true. It's one of those things where when they release a game, you're very nowadays you're very hesitant to buy it, because especially if it says early access, because you have no clue what you're getting into, right? Yeah, pre-order. Go ahead.
Hashtag fucking triggered.
Cyril thinks everybody should pre-order and get the season pass ahead of time before the game even comes out.
Pre-order the season passes, yes.
And get all the collectibles that go with it.
And yes, and even if they don't come with the game.
If you want to buy a shitty plastic figurine for $200, you go right ahead.
So that's something we talked about last week in this whole thing, is that you know, they come out with all these pre-order specials, you know, the collector's edition, the ultimate edition, the oh my gosh, you have to have this edition. And you know, it has anything
Game
from
of the year.
Yeah. It has anything from, you know, a little figurine in it or another copy of the game, all the way up to, you know, I'm sure one day we're going to have buy the house edition where it comes with a house and the PS4 and the, you know, everything inside.
What was it? There was an edition of H1Z1, it had like a fucking survivor shelter that they would build for you.
What?
It was like $10,000 or something. But
Are you
That's
kidding
crazy.
me? Wow. That's,
Okay, the only
yeah.
one I wanted was the what was it, the Juggernaut fridge?
Yeah, on the Call of Duty. Yeah, that was.
oh, see, I wanted the Pit Boy.
Oh yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
Pit Boy.
Fallout. Yeah,
Yep.
that would have
Okay,
been
so,
kind of cool.
yeah, that
but,
one too.
but see, that's what I'm saying. We get caught up in trying to get the stuff, and you just wait like a year after it comes out, and that stuff will be on eBay. Yeah.
Yep.
They buy it on eBay. So.
And especially because, and I was making jokes about this, but this is true. Most of the time anymore, those Uber editions that have that cool shit don't actually come with the fucking game anymore.
Well, yeah. And some of them
still
do.
gotta buy
but,
the game on top of it.
Yeah.
No, it's like the new trending thing to have the Uber edition not have the fucking game.
Right. Well, and then you go to places like, again, it's a game I play. It's not, I don't have anything against it, but you go to places like World of Warcraft, and Blizzard has a website where you can buy a whole bunch of stuff that's World of Warcraft related, and the figurines. I think that if I remember correctly, we were looking at getting one, and for Overwatch, I think it was not World of Warcraft. For Overwatch, we were gonna look at getting one of the figurines, and it's like $89, I think, is where it starts, and it goes up from there. I'm like, okay, yeah, it'd be great to have this little, figurine that stands, well, I guess it's about that tall, but I'm not paying $89 for it. For what? It's gonna sit in there and collect dust.
They had like the figurines that you could have made of your WoW character with like his armor and shit on them.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay, now that would be cool.
Yeah, I pay $90 for that.
Yeah.
That
fucking warg in there like.
Well, yeah, because that's a custom made one. That's not a everybody can have one.
Correct.
So that's different. That warrants paying more.
And so that's the thing is these gaming companies are trying to find more ways. And we talked about microtransactions last week too, but they're trying to find more ways to get money away from us, and whereas deliver a quality game first, and then worry about the other stuff later, but they don't. They automatically just say, okay, when this game is launched, whether it's ready or not, because we may put out patches or whatever, we're going to go ahead and include this in the deluxe package, this in the God package, this in the ultimate package, whatever they're called, they're going to include other stuff in it. Just worry about getting us the game first and making sure it's playable, and making sure, like, for example, Call of Duty, your servers don't go down the first day it's released.
You got to do like Mario did, right? Mario came out, it was a good game, and it was a good game for a while, and then there was Mario cereal. And then there was Mario TV show, but it was good game first, and then the cereal, and then you had Mario Zelda cereal, and so good.
So, I guess we can kind of move on because we covered the topic well enough.
Can we go to Mario real quick?
No, not yet. That's at the end. That's towards the end. Well, we will touch on that. Trust me. Yeah. Don't get too excited, right? So, just to touch on a couple different games, we're gonna go over Elite Dangerous. Cheryl, do you want to talk about that at all? You used to be big into Elite Dangerous. What are they coming out with now?
I don't know. What the fuck are they coming out with now? Last I knew it was Commander's Update, which I didn't.
It is called. Maybe I'll refresh your memory. Hold on. Let me open my iPad back up because it keeps shutting down on me. They are coming out with the Thorogoids.
Oh, the aliens! Yeah, aliens
they're coming back with that again. So
yeah,
does that make you want to go back and play it again?
I'm always game to go back and play it. I just need people to play it with, right? Like I don't do very much playing with myself. Well, I mean, I do a lot of playing with myself.
That's not for this show. That's for the other one we do on the other station.
Oh, Pornhub. Yeah. But no, I'm always game for. I love fucking Elite Dangerous. Like it just a good game.
Yeah, it is a good game. And then we were going to also talk about. Do you have the numbers by chance, Cyril? Remember they had hello. Do you have the numbers about? Remember how they were saying how they've only, what's it called?
Fine. What's up?
Get we've only explored so
Just
much.
begun to live.
Yeah. We've only explored so much of the world so far, and how long it's going to take. Do you remember those numbers?
So it was 0.003%. So 3/1000ths of 1% of the universe in Elite has been explored. And it makes me laugh because people are like, "Oh, if I come play Elite and I come and be an explorer, do you think I could get my name on a galaxy still, or have they all been taken, or a solar system? Because if you discover one, your name goes on it."
Right.
And it makes me laugh because it's like, even if everybody on Earth played Elite Dangerous all day, it would still take thousands of years to explore the entire galaxy. Like it's mind-bogglingly huge.
So see, everybody still has a chance. So if you haven't played Elite Dangerous, though, we will be playing it on my channel. I'm not sure if Lava's going to be playing it on hers.
No, I need the update.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You said I need.
Oh, Horizons. We can play without Horizons, so we can still play together and everything. Like the Horizons only lets you land on planets, which is, I mean, it's okay, but.
Okay. So yeah, I can play.
Yeah. So there you go. So we will be playing that. I know here on Geek Tech Media. Well, Lava will probably be playing on her channel, Lava Temptress. And make sure you guys are all following everybody here, because that's another thing, too. And
yes, if you like to see the best cookie clicker stream you'll ever see.
He did one last night, no joke. We played Cards Against Humanities, and he did a cookie clicker stream at the same time, and it was good. I'll tell you.
Humanity was bad.
Yeah, we'll be doing that at least once a week, but it was a lot of fun, and so I won't be streaming Cards Against Humanities just because it's too late at night when we do it, so that's past my streaming time. But it was a lot of fun. So, but make sure and we could do shout out commands for anybody who you want to follow here. But make sure you're following everybody here, including this channel, because this is where we host the Gamers vs Geeks every Friday. Usually starts at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We started a little late today, so shameless plug is over. Go ahead. What?
We're still getting our shit together.
We are. We're still getting our shit together. Yes, sarcastic comment loading. Yeah. That's what her T-shirt says.
Miles said he didn't get to read it, so.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay, so the next topic on our list was EVE Online. Apparently somebody by the name of, or their gamer tag, excuse me, I have that here as well. I wish in this program you could like sort everything the way I want it, but well, it was here. I think it was XXGX, I think was his name. He was an alliance leader, and he threatened the judge. It's a character in the game, I guess. I don't know much about EVE Online, but this is just another reason I don't play it. He threatened the judge that he wanted to know his address and stuff because of whatever he did. He was going to come cut off his hand, and he was serious about it.
As you do.
So yeah, right. Apparently, this is just another toxic moment from gaming.
Soul. That's
very specific, right? Like people usually go with, "I'm going to kill you."
I'm
going to cut your fucking hand off.
It had to be a stealing thing, because that's the only thing I can think of in other countries. I don't know if they still do, but they used to, chop your hand off, you steal things. So
But according to this, and I did find it, what happened was, stupid ads. Okay, anyway. GigX wrote in this chat, he said the judge to the judge, this is the other person who he was going to cut off his hand, feel free to use your hands by typing here while you still can. And then he posted somewhere else, I need to know their address and where they live and stuff, or their address and their phone number, so I can call them and let them know I'm coming to cut off his hand. And so EVE Online has banned this player, and apparently this is a huge alliance leader of the CO2. Again, I don't know, but most people who play will probably know who this is. But the alliance leader has done this, and they have banned him from the game now. He is no longer allowed to play. And CO2, the alliance, the corporation is now struggling to survive because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know how they're going to have somebody else take over. They may end up just being disbanded, and I'll have to find somebody else new or whatever. So I wanted to bring this up because this is just another toxic example of the gaming community, when this isn't how we all are. I mean, I don't threaten people I'm going to cut their limbs off if they don't play properly or whatever, but it's one of those things where I don't really care what this judge character did. I don't feel that this guy had a right to threaten him like that, and to ask for his information, you know. So, but how does that make you
That
feel?
would be like me saying to you, Geek, "Oh, I don't like the way you did a certain thing in game. I'm going to come over and stick shove a stick of dynamite up your ass and light the fuse."
I guess I want to know like what the context was in him saying it, right? Was he serious? Was he joking? Like, that's
I
the
think
problem, right? Is that a lot of times somebody in a situation like this will have been joking, but it doesn't come across that way over text, right? Like sarcasm just doesn't. And I get in trouble for that kind of shit a lot of times because,
right.
I mean, I'm a pretty sarcastic person, and I'll be joking, and people think I'm completely serious about shit.
Yeah,
And
but they don't.
if you know me, you should know that I'm never serious about anything.
But they don't hear the influx of the voice in text chat.
Right, right.
But okay, the other thing is too, though, is there any context that's appropriate to sit there and ask for his address and phone number so that he can go carry out the crime?
But there again, was he actually asking for it, or was it in a sarcastic manner, right? If he was thinking me saying, "Oh, I want his fucking address," like, you know, like, I don't like. I would just have to know that person's intentions before I could pass judgment.
But see, just because he asked for his address, I mean, are you really going to say, "Oh, sure, you know, here's my address, come cut my hand off," you know?
Right. And I get that, but where is the line? And that's, I guess, what people are trying to figure out. Where's the line that goes too far? Where do you say, okay, you know, that you don't need to go as far to ask for his address. If you're mad, you're mad. Great, fine, whatever. But to go on, it's a game. Again, we go back to it's a game, people. You know, that's why I quit
playing.
Although
that game has some serious fucking money and shit involved in it, so it's like if any game were going to be taken too seriously, and I would understand it, it probably would be that game. When you got ships that sell for 10,000 IRL dollars.
Holy cow.
I'm gonna go get me a ship and I'm gonna go sell it on there. So woo-hoo!
Right, yeah.
It's not a case of get it and sell it. It's a case of spend months and years building it.
Oh wow! Holy cow!
Yeah, like there's some. I want to love EVE Online because it's, first of all, you'd think it'd be my kind of game, right? It's all about spreadsheets and all sorts of fucking information, and that's kind of stuff I dig. And you always see these articles about this amazing fucking thing that happened in like this huge battle and stuff, but they don't bother to tell you like, oh yeah, but 3 months of preparation went in to making that cool, 2-day thing happen. There was a whole story about this guy that had infiltrated this corporation and pretended to be on their side and everything, got promoted up the ranks and was like head of this fucking corporation, took all their money and left. And their money was like thousands of IRL dollars.
Oh wow.
And did not get banned because in the context of the game that stuff is completely allowed.
Oh.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's cool. I mean, like, that whole, like, he had to put in a lot of effort to do that, right? This wasn't he said, oh, I want to be part of your corporation, and a month later he was head, right? This was he was playing the long game, right? This was a couple-year endeavor to move up the rankings and then steal all their shit.
Wow.
Yep. And see, that's the thing is, I think with the games nowadays, I mean, and it's only been a thing since the internet, basically, and the gaming industry started playing multiplayer on the internet. Because when you had consoles, there was no way to change currency to buy something out of a game. It was all single player. You did everything, Mario, you couldn't buy a better character or whatever. You couldn't buy transmog, to change character Mario's look or whatever.
There was no way to add shit.
Yeah, there was no way to add shit back then. So it's only become a thing since, the internet and multiplayer has become really big, which, it's still been around a while and it's still happened for a while, but again, I just brought it up because of we were talking about toxicity earlier, and it's one of those things where it's, I don't feel, in my opinion, I don't feel he was right by doing that. I think where he went too far was, you get mad, say stupid things. So fine, in game he may have said, hey, I'm gonna cut off your hand because you're a jackass or whatever. But going to the point of asking for his address and phone number, I think that's when he kind of went too far. He just anyway.
Yeah, it's a little overboard.
Right, and that's my opinion. So, all right. So moving on to another space game, Star Citizen, which is another big pay-to-win type game. There was a report earlier this week that on Reddit that somebody had requested three $15,000 refunds for some huge pack you could buy from Star Citizen. Well, it's since come out that there is no proof of this anywhere. The claims that were made against this were actually false. The customer chat that this guy used on Reddit saying that, hey, you know, I was given $45,000. It was my guild or 3 people, you know, that I am attached to, was given $45,000 refund, and because the game hasn't been meeting its deadlines, this was actually came out to be false, and they believe they know who the person is that's reporting all this. Earlier that week, or maybe it was the week before, excuse me, had gotten a refund in the amount of $330, which I think all of you would agree, $45,000 is a lot different than $330. They believe it's the same person that did this, and they don't know what the reasoning behind this accusation or whatever was.
Fake internet points, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. And so I wanted to bring this up because earlier we were going to bring it up for the fact that they did get the $45,000, but they've since responded to this. CIG has responded saying that no, this was never a thing. It never happened. They have proof of the whatever screenshots they're not allowed to show them because that would be violating the company's policy of showing the customer interaction. But the guy changed this from the Reddit. He changed it all, so it said 45,000. And yes, that they, you know, after bugging it for a while, he got the refund. So I just think that once again, that's one of the things where the toxicity in the gaming community, it's because of certain people who are just, and yeah, I'm not targeting anyone. I'm just saying it's just because of certain people who want the negativity around. And what do we do at that point?
Well, I would say it's like a whole like bandwagon syndrome, right? Where it's like, oh well, this week we're fucking hating on Star Citizen, so
Yeah.
let's jump on and do shit towards that goal of hating fucking Star Citizen. And to an extent, it happened with No Man's Sky. I mean, No Man's Sky deserved a bunch of the shit it got, but it also
Lies.
no,
I'm just kidding.
It didn't. It went well overboard of what it, you know, what it deserved, like, because that was the cool popular thing that month was to hate No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and it was.
We're
Go ahead.
group animals that just, you know, everyone has to fit in. So whatever the group's doing, that's what the rest of us are gonna do.
Sorry, I'm not going to get pigeonholed for anybody.
Well, and that's true.
That is
Right.
why I'm playing Cookie Clicker. It's all cereal's fault.
That's what the cool kids play.
Yeah, apparently that's what they play. Well, moving on, really, because like I said, we were just going to touch base on that stuff real quick. But moving on to the next topic, Battle Royale games. I don't know if you've seen, but of course, we talked about last week how PUBG is has sold, what, 1 billion copies now? Is that right? Over 1 billion?
Yes, over a million.
I don't remember. Anyway.
It's a bajillion.
Yeah, a bajillion. They've sold a
like
ton, and I believe on Twitch they are the #1 game, you know, being streamed right now. Like as far as viewership wise, at least they have been all week. Every time I checked, I don't know about right this moment, but
10 million.
10 million copies.
Yep, they just broke 10 million.
And how many of those people have been banned? No, I'm just kidding. I know.
And then bought it again so they can play
yeah,
on it.
and then bought
Every
it
single
again.
one of them with a stream sniper.
So why are we going to this whole battle royale? I mean, why is
It's
it all of a
just the
sudden
fucking
becoming popular?
flavor of the week. Like, I think people, they really wanted that with like DayZ and all that, which, you know, never came to fruition. H1Z1. I think like it's just, it was the player unknowns like just hit the right fucking formula at the right time, and his game got big. Which I think there's another thing like Arma 3 streaming, that kind of stuff has gotten popular lately. Streaming the GTA has as well, and so I think that kind of game fits in with those audiences. Because even like you look at the GTA RP people, a lot of those guys will stream PUBG.
Right. Yeah.
I think like PUBG fits in with a lot of different genres, right? And so there's a ton of people streaming it, and the more people stream it, the more the audience wants to buy it, and so it's just kind of been the perfect storm. And so since that game's gotten big, of course now all the Me Too's are coming along. GTA 5 added their fucking mode.
Yeah, GTA 5 added what was it called? Motor Wars. GTA
fucking
Online.
Fortnite.
Fortnite now has added a battle royale. Before that, though, Last Man Standing. Again, I don't know what that one was. The culling was out before PUBG, but again, the culling kind of dropped like quick. It was popular for a couple weeks, and then bam, it just I don't know what happened.
It's most definitely not the first fucking successful even like I said H1Z1 Lava brought up or
H1Z1 King of the Kill is one of the first.
Yeah, that's the first one I can think of that was really popular.
That was really popular anyway. That's the first one.
There was ones in the Arma
Fittest.
3 for forever.
Yeah. Unturned is even on that battle royale list. I don't know why, but
Boo hiss boo.
I wonder if it isn't just a craving for PvP.
And maybe it is. Maybe that's. But again, that brings up the whole. I don't know. It's. I don't know. It is what it is. It's just that I think that. It's been growing a lot lately. I've noticed that the community has gotten stronger in the battle royale industry, and. It's a game I can play once in a while, but it's not one I can play all the time. And I like PUBG. PUBG is one of my favorite games too. I can't play it all the time, because then I get soaked in, I get immersed, and just like GTA 5, when I keep dying over and over again, I'm like, okay, this is it's starting to get on my nerves, and I don't think.
See, and I'm not a big PvP fan, so I haven't even bought it because it's just not my cup of tea.
Right.
I enjoy it. I like PUBG. It's really fun.
And so that's
come
the
on
thing.
there and I'll kill you.
Right, there you go. See?
I come on there and everybody will kill me. And I won't kill anybody, and I'll be like, fuck this game, I'm out.
And he will too. He just whatever. So but that's the thing is that PUBG has become I think PUBG has done it right. I mean, he marketed it properly. He gave it to the right people to launch it. As far as the people who stream it and played it on YouTube, I think he did it right, and I think that's why it's so big. He was the same one who, if I remember correctly, he's the same developer for the one for Arma 3, the mod, the Battlegrounds or whatever it's called, mod that was for Arma 3, and so he did right. I mean, he did a good job, and so I've got to give him props for that. I don't understand that whole market because I don't play it that often, but I'm sure if I did play it, I would understand better. Just my opinion. So, anybody else on Battle Royale?
Yeah, I think I've said about all I need to.
Okay. Well, this week we have several new games that are kind of somewhat large and I guess worthy to be spoken about. NBA 2K18. I'm sure every one of you is going to buy it right now.
I love me the sports games. I do the sports balls, all of them.
No, okay, that's something I do not enjoy. Sports games. No.
She doesn't. She won't play it with me. Like she won't.
Rocket League is the closest I will get.
That's probably me too, Lava.
Yeah.
Maybe Tiger Woods golf back in the day on the Xbox, but
okay, Wii Sports. I like the Wii Sports.
Yeah, she does like that. But that's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Wii Sports is a blast.
Yeah, Wii Sports I'll play, but that and. Yeah, no, that's the closest I get.
Dishonored: Death of the Outsider is a new release in the in the whole Dishonored group.
Didn't they have a Dishonored game that recently came out, like within the last year?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't remember what it was called though. Dishonored something.
Yeah, it's just weird for them to have another one already.
I don't know if any of you have seen this Duck Season.
Yeah, that like a VR game.
VR game, yeah.
I was looking at that on Steam earlier. It looks kind of funny though.
It does look kind of funny, doesn't it? I'd like to check it out. The First Tree. It's the. I believe it's
you
the
mean
one.
Papa?
Yeah, Papa. You could play as.
I was the first rock star. Get it right.
Oh.
Okay, so real quick, Dishonored 2 came out in 2016.
Okay.
So it was last year, but still.
What when
Yeah, it's-
2016 does it say?
Probably November.
I would guess around. Yeah.
The one I'm looking at doesn't say.
Okay.
Oh, November 11th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So less than a year, they got another one out, which is pretty amazing.
I'm wondering if that one's just not like kind of a add-on, kind of standalone add-on thing.
I don't know. If I had $1 million, I'd buy the games and give you a review on them every time we do this show. But I don't have $1 million, so.
Okay, I do have to agree with Miles real quick. Golf It. I do like Golf It. But that's because we play together.
That's more of a
And
puzzle
it's-
game than a sport.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, once you figure out.
Golf it is like, okay, who can I screw around the quickest?
Well, and
Yeah.
it's not like a typical sports game. It's more like a party sports kind
Yeah.
of thing. You know,
Exactly.
you're competing against everybody, so that makes it different. I
They
don't
should
count
be
that
like
as a
a-
sports game.
Truthful with those games though, and just call it like "fuck your friends golf."
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
You know, with Steam banning games lately, I don't think that would have got past them if they called it that. So, the First Tree is another one that has come out recently or came out this week. It's where you can play a fox. You can be a fox, and it's kind of like a walking simulator or atmospheric type game.
I
I
love
don't-
me some walking simulators.
Yeah.
No.
No, I fucking, that's my jam. Like, you give me a game that looks beautiful and tells a nice story, and I'm all over that shit.
Yeah, but have you looked at the video for this one? You're a fox. And like,
No, I haven't looked at that one. I'm just in walking sims in general.
Divinity Original Sin 2. I haven't got a chance to watch this. It's an RPG turn-based. I haven't got a chance to watch it, but I know like Co-Carnage, somebody who I look up to immensely, was playing this all week, and I would like to see it because it does look interesting, but for the price tag of $45, I just sale a year later when it's 10, I'll grab it, you know. That's my type of thing. Cook Serve Delicious 2, which I can't wait to get my hands on.
what?
Cook Serve Delicious 1 was awesome, so
Yes.
we have.
I have it and have never played it. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Well, okay, that's the one that we can play LAN, right?
No, you're thinking
No,
of.
see, yeah, you're thinking of
Oh.
the one that I was thinking of at first. Cook Serve Delicious is story game, is it? Text-based?
It's a simulation game, basically, where you have to cook the meals
Yeah,
as
you-
fast as you can and hand them out, like kind of like the old.
I just.
But
played-
that's not
played
Cook
that.
Serve
Facebook game.
Delicious.
Yeah.
That's not Cook's.
Yeah, there's two that are almost exactly alike. Cook Serve Delicious and I don't have my Steam up, or else I could tell you.
The highest selling and most intensive restaurant simulator ever made is back. Deceptively easy to learn, but incredibly difficult to master. Cook Serve Delicious 2 is a journey of being the best chef in the world with your small but horrible restaurant, or humble restaurant, excuse me, on the 50th floor of the Tarragon Super Tower. And people come in and basically it's about how fast you can make their food and deliver to them. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
The one I think the other one is Overcooked.
Overcooked is the other one.
That's
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
that like pisses me off that it's not
Multiplayer?
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it should be.
Now, I do have a way like where because it is local multiplayer, so we could play
Yes.
it together with the NVIDIA game sharing thing.
Right. Let's see. The Land of Pain is supposed to be good. I don't know much about it. It's a Lovecraftian horror game.
Oh yeah, I added that one to my wish list.
Tooth and Tail. I don't know much about that one either. so I can't-
That is a top-down
strategy. isn't it?
RTS
Yeah.
game. Total Biscuit has a video on it that he put out this week. It looks all right. He was streaming it this week as well.
Oh, was he? Okay. The Ultimist Battle. It's a free-to-play game. I don't know.
That usually is a fucking signal for me to just walk the fuck away.
So those are some of the games that are new and that have come out recently. It is what they are, but yeah. Papa should play the Cook Serve Delicious 2 on stream. See how fast he can keep up with it.
No, you don't want to see that. I would rage.
You know, another game that came out recently that looks pretty good is fucking Rock of Ages 2. I have the first one.
Right?
And they're funny little games. Like if you like Monty Python, then you'll like the whole like skit
Yeah.
style in those games. Like they're pretty good.
The art style in it is really fun. I like the
Yeah.
art style in it, so that's really cool. Or the graphics, whatever.
The gameplay is, I mean, it's okay, but I don't know that that's necessarily what you're there for more for just like the humor and the experience than the gameplay.
Right.
It's not terrible, but
So Cyril, do you want to talk about the Klee announcement?
the news, is it an add-on, right?
It's I believe it's an add-on. Yeah, let me find the
For Don't Starve.
Yeah. Where is it? I gotta find it again. I had it here, and then I changed my page again because I went to something else.
Stop doing that. You're confusing
right?
yourself.
I confuse myself very easily. I believe it's an add-on though.
It really does.
Right, Lava.
Yeah, I can't find it at the moment, but it is an add-on. It's for Don't Starve, and it's what's his name?
And it's like dungeons or something like explorable areas.
Don't Starve with Me.
No, it's Don't Starve.
Together.
No, it's not Together either. It's
Hold on.
it's an author. I can't think of. No. Oh man. Where? I will find it. Hold on. Don't Starve. It is a DLC. I know that. Hamlet. Don't Starve Hamlet. Isn't that it?
And it's like explorable towns and shit like that.
Right.
Like,
But
which
you
I
were
don't
you were commenting
when
on it
the
earlier. That's why I was
fuck
letting
you're
you.
supposed to have time to do that when you're always out of fucking food, and that's what you're worried about is getting more food, not going and exploring cities and shit. Like,
But,
You gotta go and get
But
the
there's-
ingredients of sushi somewhere.
but there's shipwrecked content. Come on.
but I'm fucking starving to death because it's called Don't Starve, and I'm trying not to fucking starve.
Okay, so we really should play that because pretty sure Geek and I know I have that. So
Yeah, we both have it.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult. It's fun.
I haven't gotten
but it's
into
difficult.
that one yet.
It's definitely also kind of somewhat of a wiki game where you got to look certain things up because you have no fucking clue what's going on.
In Don't Starve Hamlet, Wilson discovers a lost town of aristocratic pigmen nestled within the foreboding tropical jungle. Reacquaint to the city life with pig shops, houses, new items, biomes, and more. Or delve into the ancient pig ruins and try your hand at treasure hunting in this new single-player expansion. So there you go. There's the story behind it too, to ruin it for everyone. But that's it. It looks like a great DLC. I don't know what the price is going to be or anything. They don't have that up there, but we'll see. So the next little topic we can talk about. Papa, do you want to talk about the Subnautica update that was just released?
I've taken a look at it. That little cuttlefish, I'd like to take, put him in an aquarium, and take him home. He's just so cute.
I know. I saw that and I was like, oh, I gotta go play Subnautica now.
See,
I haven't played it in a while. So.
But what they wanted to do worked, right? They want you to come back and play again.
Yep.
So what did they do? They released a pet now, and so apparently you can train it, right?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, you can train this underwater friend of yours, and I don't know if you can name him yet. I don't know if it even says that in the article or anything like that. But
I like how when you ask Papa a question, you see his head turn towards Mama because she's the expert.
Well, I'm just looking where the snacks are going to come from.
But yeah, this you can feed it snacks apparently too, and it'll do little animations or whatever when you do.
I know. I
Feed me
gotta go.
snacks and I'll do animations as well.
Yours won't be animated. Yours will be real life. Sorry, doesn't work the
I
same
have big
way.
ugu eyes and everything.
Do you have big ugu eyes? Oh.
Ugu.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to respond to that, Cyril. I honestly don't.
Probably
best
just
you
don't
don't.
leave that one. Leave that sleeping dog alone.
Well, yeah, I guess I should. Wow. And then we move on to Cyril's favorite game of all time, Call of Duty World War II.
Fucking COD, bruh.
I knew he was going to say something. But they are actually releasing it, the multiplayer free beta weekend, whatever, September 29th through October 2nd. It'll be free
And if
for
you'd like,
everybody to try
the
out.
beta is available right now if you just play the last fucking iteration that you already own.
It's not the same, okay?
That's
it's
what they
World
all
War
say.
II.
Yeah,
And there's new
World War
graphics.
and there's gonna be fucking alien guns and all sorts of running on
Nobody's
fucking
not
walls
scared
and
about
shit.
know-
Game played. No, there's not.
During open beta, that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be like, I'm playing that. So
Yeah.
Fucking COD, bro.
It'll be open to everybody, but I want to know if, and I don't think it is, but I want to know if the zombies is going to be available for open beta,
Oh, I
because that
love
would be
they-
amazing.
they never have it. Yeah. They never have the zombies for open beta though,
No, they don't. And
which ticks me.
right, well, they don't want you
Zombies
to know.
is the best.
They don't want you to know how it plays. That's why. So if they figure, well, you know, we won't put out our best part, so.
I think they're running out of wars, right? I'm just waiting for Call of Duty, the fucking Soda Wars edition to come out. The Coke Wars.
Soda Wars, wow. Yes, Kitty, it is a boots on the ground one, but that's okay. I like that gameplay. You know, sometimes when you get up in the air, you know, I'm more of a boots on the ground kind of person as well.
Well, that game causes you to stop, strategize, and think a little bit.
Shit, no.
No,
Says you.
right?
Strategize in a COD game. He's like, go kill more things. That's fucking all the strategy you go to. Go get kills. KDR's not high enough. Go get hard KDR.
Serial's the ultimate hacker. That's all I'm saying. Overwatch is, for those of you who don't own it, is coming to a free weekend beginning Friday, September 22nd at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Nice.
It'll run until Sunday, September 25th, 11:55 p.m. During that weekend, players will have access to all of the game's 25 heroes, 16 maps, and a variety of modes, including quick play, custom games, and the arcade. You'll also be able to earn loot boxes, level up, and unlock customization options. You can carry over the progress should you decide to purchase the game after the free trial's over. So see,
Loot box is my favorite.
right? Yeah.
Well, that
by the
means I
way,
could get to over level 100. Wow.
right? See, you already own it, Papa. So you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of those things. We'll probably play it that weekend, but that way anybody who doesn't own it will be able to have them come on and join us and have fun.
If you get your ass handed to you by a frickin' ferret called Mama 4, like if you're on the opposite team, just get ready to
And
get
you
your ass
will,
kicked.
and you
Yep.
will.
Yeah. She hands out ass whoopings left, right, and center.
And that's one of those things. Though, if it will be for free that weekend, so you guys definitely need to check it out because that is one of the games I do play. Lava plays that game. Cyril is the best healer in the game.
Problem is, like, they've changed Mercy now, and they've changed her since I played her last. So now, although I think it actually helps in the style that I play her, right? Like, they were trying to get away from the whole, like, the Mercies that would just hide the entire round until the team got wiped, and then it would just dive in and save everybody. And
Yeah, res everybody at once.
yeah, and, like, that wasn't my style anyways, right? I was always out, like, healing and buffing everybody and just jumping from fucking person to person.
Yeah.
Getting
No,
killed.
the ones that go and res everybody at those are the ones that I'm like, good job. So, you know,
Yeah,
I'm glad that doesn't happen anymore.
I mean, I'd still jump in and get a 3 or 4 res when I could, like if I was there, of course. But I mean, that wasn't what I played for. Like,
Yeah, but
I wasn't afraid to use my res to bring back one person. Like
Right.
9 times
Right.
out of 10, that's all it was
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah, well,
back.
they'll hide in the corner, and, you know, we're unnoticed, and all of a sudden they'll just res everybody.
Yeah, that's now like the whole like resing is not your ultimate, and I think you can only res one person at a time, but you can do it more often. So that benefits me because, like I said, that's the style that I was playing anyways. So
Right.
Well, that means you can get me up all the time.
I mean,
See?
I probably still.
You can get Papa up all the time, Cyril. I think you missed it.
I don't have enough popsicle sticks for that, Papa.
Well then.
What for me?
The good old dick splint.
But yeah, there you go. There you go. The next game we'll move on to is The Amazing Eternals. If you go to PCGamesN.com, I think it is. I don't have the website in front of me, I guess. But it's PC Games N. It's a blogging platform, another blogging website that they do news about PC games. From the makers of the developers of Warframe, they've released their new game, The Amazing Eternals. And right now you can get beta keys from this PC Games N if you go do a couple of things, follow, whatever. And they'll give it to you right on screen and everything. You just sign up for an account. at the amazingeternals.com, I think it is.
Didn't you, is that the one you put in Discord?
I did put it in Discord. So if you guys are a part of our Discord, you can go get that link. You just go in there, you sign up for an account, and then you do all the stuff that they ask you to underneath.
Actually, you don't have to do all of it. All I did was the first one.
Oh, the first one? Okay, well, there you go. So you just do the first one. You go to amazingeternals.com/promo code, and that's where you'll put in your promo code for the game. And it is a great game. What I could say is I got to beta test this a long time ago. It's a good game. It's a first-person shooter. However, it's crossed with a board game type scenario where you earn cards as you level up and stuff. It's kind of like a Fortnite with FPS, and you have to play it. It's a really good game. But I did get to a chance to play this a while back, and I can't really say too much because I had an NDA, and that's not over yet. But I would recommend playing this game if you can get one of the beta keys. I think you'll have a lot of fun.
This is kind of like the thing they've been doing a lot lately, where they'll combine this game type with a card game or board game type thing. There's been a lot of those that have come out, and a lot of them have been really good.
Right, and this comes from the makers of Warframe, which Warframe is actually a pretty good game if you've ever played it. So I don't know how much.
My favorite thing they were doing for a while there, and they've stopped. I haven't seen much come out, but there was like this huge thing of taking like match 3 games and combining them with other game types. Like, oh, you match the shit and it kills stuff, and like you must build a bigger boat was one that was pretty good like that.
Well, we need a bigger pen.
Right, yeah. So, but go check it out. PC Games In, again, I think it's .com, if I remember correctly. It didn't pull up for me. But go check out that. It's like one of their first blog posts they have on there. And get your free beta key if you can. There's only giving out 500, and they just posted it this morning.
I already got mine.
Yep, I got mine too, so I'll be on there. I already had an account set up since I did get to test it before. Now, I don't have my characters anymore. They wiped everything. So I have to start over like everyone else.
Yeah, but even setting up my account, I did it. You then have to go verify with your email.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't take that long to set it up. So.
No, it won't take that long either. So, the next topic, I will let Lava, because she wanted to touch on this. So our what the fuck for this week is the whole Mario nipples scandal. And yes, I called it a scandal. Go ahead. Feel free.
I mean, they posted a picture, and Mario now has nipples. And it's not the first time he's been shirtless, so, he didn't have nipples before, and all of a sudden, kabow, they're just there.
Some weird shit going on in the Mushroom Kingdom, kids.
Yeah, and somebody on Twitter even, photoshopped a hairy chest. My only thing with the hairy chest was Mario's turned to the side, and they photoshopped the hairy chest here. That's not where the hairy chest goes. Do it right if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But so people are freaking out because now Mario has nipples.
Well, okay, to be fair, first of all, they said he's a former plumber. I mean, that blew everyone's mind away and said, no, wait a minute, Mario is a plumber, not a former plumber, and oh my god.
How much plumbing do you think that fucker's been doing lately, Larry? He's been rescuing a princess too goddamn much to be plumbing.
Well, and he has all that money, so hello.
He's been working on the princess's plumbing, if you know what I'm saying. But he hasn't been...
yeah, you know.
I think we touched... Mutating. Yes, that's the thing. He's mutating, so...
Yeah. He's becoming one of us.
I'd work on the princess's plumbing, so yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, really, to be honest, what the fuck? I mean, why is it such a big deal that all of a sudden he has nipples?
Because he didn't have them before. Where the fuck they come from?
He grew them. He got older.
He had
He got older. Every kid I've seen has nipples. You don't get nipples later in life, Geek. That's not how nipples work.
It might be. You never know for the Mushroom Kingdom. What if he was eating
puberty and like nipples just started popping out everywhere?
No.
Like,
what if he was eating so many mushrooms that the nipples didn't grow and he finally backed off for his diet?
Like mushroom nipples?
Yes. Like they went away because he stopped eating the mushrooms.
This sounds like just some Dr. Phil level shit we got to talk about.
Maybe. Okay, so maybe before he had, like nude tape on, so nobody could see.
Like pasties.
Outrage. Yeah.
Yeah. He had pasties that were just his skin tone.
Yeah. And then somebody was like, well, you know, what about Yoshi? Is he going to have nipples now? And they were like, nipples here. No.
Oh my god, like a Yoshi with
is...
like 6 nipples would be good.
Yeah.
Yoshi would have testicles dragging in the sand.
Now, what I want to know, the most important question, of course, in the what the fuck moment is, does the princess have nipples?
Okay, now...
She has pubes, so I guess.
Yeah, go for it. Stop you.
Because, you know, that's apparently...
I more want to know if fucking the Koopa kids got nipples, or the Bowser. I want to see Bowser's big fucking spiny nipples.
I mean, if that's the thing you want, I'm all for it, man.
Don't fucking judge me, right? I like
I'm not
spiny nipples,
no,
alright?
I'm
It's
not
my
judging
thing.
you. I'm just saying, it's there.
All the
if you
Madonna
want.
nipples.
Hashtag judged.
Hashtag triggered.
Mario 41, Dawn of the Nipples.
Whatever. But I don't understand, you know, we all go through all this stuff and it's crazy. I know. It's a lot of fun.
Nipples are fun, kids. Nipples are fun.
All right. Well then, we'll get into the game sales now for this weekend. And I think we kind of talked about some of this stuff, but The Division is free this weekend. Tom Clancy's The Division on Steam.
Boo.
If you want to play it, you can play it for free until 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. However,
They did add some like survival game mode to it that's supposed to be pretty good. I will say
Did they?
that.
Okay. It's $19.99, so if you want to grab that while you can. Today's deal on Steam is Big Rigs, $9.74. I don't know. I have no clue. Dark Souls 3 is 60% off on Steam, $23.99 if you want to grab a hold of that. Dead by Daylight is also free this weekend. It ends in 2 days. It is also on sale for 50% off for $9.99, so that would be one you might want to pick up as well. The Dishonored franchise has a sale up to 50% off on some of its games, so you'll have to check that out. Dark Souls 3 Deluxe Edition is $42.49, which is 50% off. Dragon Ball 2 Xenoverse is $19.99, 60% off. Tekken 7 is 40% off at $29.99. Those are some of the bigger games on Steam that are on sale. Bundle Stars has a great bundle right now that I think everyone should get just because I like half the games that are in it, but you know, it's up to you whether you get it or not. It's the Best of Indie Legends 2 bundle. So it's the second one. It has Party Hard, Speedrunners, Door Kickers, Never Alone Arctic Collection, The Fall, Cook Serve Delicious 1, Sir, You're Being Hunted, and Castle Storm. Now, if you check out these games, it's $115 value on Steam. They are a lot of fun. Party Hard, I've played myself. Speedrunners, I've played. I won't play with Trucker, but I'll play the game regularly with anyone else except Trucker because he wins every time. Door Kickers, I want to play. I don't have that game, but I'm gonna get this bundle. Sir, You're Being Hunted looks pretty cool. Looks like a little fun game, and same with Castle Storm. The other ones, Cook Serve Delicious, I already have. It's a fun game. The Fall I haven't played. Never Alone Arctic Collection I don't know too much about, but those are available on Bundle Stars under that bundle. Also today, I think it's today only. Let me check this one more time. They're having it's the ends in 3 days. It's the Fallout bundle is $19.49 on Bundle Stars, and it is region locked. There are some regions it won't play in. So make sure you check that first. But it has everything from Fallout, post-nuclear role-playing game, to Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout, some of the DLCs with Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas and their DLCs. So go check it out. I won't list everything that's in there, but it's a pretty good package for $19.99 if you're a Fallout fan and don't have all the games already. So I think they do this bundle quite frequently. But
Fallout's good games. Good games.
Yeah, New Vegas was a really good game. I haven't played 3 yet, so. And of course, I played Fallout 4, but that's not part of the bundle. So, yeah.
Real quick. Also, Humble Bundle, which I'm gonna put my link in because that's my affiliate link. But if you haven't gone there already, Psychonauts is still free if you do not have it for 19 hours. So if you don't have that, you click on the link. It's at the top of the page. And then they have some other really good stuff on sale too. But Psychonauts, make sure you definitely go get that because that's on sale.
That's on the Humble Bundle store.
That's
if
free.
you if you click on her link, it's usually on the right side towards the top of the list of all their games. It'll say free game or whatever.
It's at the very top under featured sales. It's in that box there.
Okay.
So.
And then also while you're there at Humble Bundle, if you're using her link, the Humble Bundle for this week that was just released is the Capcom, Sega, and Atlas bundles. It's got games like Sonic Adventure 2, Bionic Commando, Citizens of Earth. Those are in the first tier. The second tier, Sonic Generations, Resident Evil 4, Dead Rising, the first one, Tesla Effect. And then that's the second tier. Third tier is Motorsport Manager and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Then it has some other bonuses with it too underneath. But
Bionic Commando was a really great remake of an original NES game.
And they have also released on that they have Humble Bundle overall has raised over $100 million for charity,
which is awesome
so far. So
yes.
That's when you buy a Humble Bundle, you get at the bottom, you have a chance to say who you want your money to go to. You know, you could change the Lava's cut, you could change the charity's cut, you could change the developer's cut, whatever. And so a lot of people don't know that, but you can go to down at the bottom and it'll say choose where my money goes, and you can move that stuff around. It's really good because that way, if you want to give, not that you don't want to give the publishers money, but if you want to up to how much goes to charity, you can do that yourself. And so you don't have to pay another amount for that to happen. You can just, if you pay the $25, I think it is, for the top tier. No, $12 for the top tier. If you pay the $12 for the top tier, you can give, 8 of it, I think, to charity, I think is the max. Or I don't even know if there is a max. And then Humble takes a tip too. You can lower their tip if you want, which they're a great company. I don't know why you'd want to lower their part either, but that's the hard part. You don't want to lower anybody's part because you want the publishers to get paid because they have good games and they're doing all this charity work as well. Because they
I usually just go with the default that they haven't said it.
Yeah.
And of course, the Sakura set bundle, you have 3 days, 20 hours.
Boobies.
So if you haven't gotten that,
that's Serial's favorite, the booby bundle. That's what he would call it if he could. So. The Humble Bundle store has some good games on sale too. Banished is $6.79. Banished is one I played on stream a couple weeks ago. It's a city simulation thing, but it takes place in like the old times. Planet Coaster is on sale 25% off, $33.74. I've seen it cheaper, so my opinion is I'd wait. Darkest Dungeons $9.99, which is 60% off. We were talking about Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous Commander Deluxe Edition is $40.19. That comes with, for those interested, looks like it comes with Elite Dangerous, the Horizons, and the Commander Pack. So it has all 3 in it.
Horizons is the DLC.
The DLC
and the pack is just fucking cosmetic bullshit.
Isn't it a commander ship that you get with that? Or no?
It might be like a dashboard bobblehead thing. The ship.
Gotcha. And then, didn't you say, Hun? Didn't you say that Fallout Shelter is having a sale because they've sold over, or because they've had downloads, not sold, because it's a free-to-play game, Fallout Shelter?
Yes. I don't have my iPad with me. It popped up on my iPad when I was watching something. Because they've had over 1 million.
Is it 1 million downloads? Right. Because it's a free-to-play game, and you guys have seen me play it actually too. Oh yeah, here we go. Passes 100 million downloads, and they're celebrating by giving everybody, it's like half off or something like that. Hold on here. All you have to do is log in, and you get up to $10 worth of in-game loot in the form of Nuka-Cola Quantum, lunchboxes, and other special items to help you survive the wasteland. So that's how.
And if you haven't played it, it is so much fun.
I went to install it yesterday, and then I forgot. I'm actually going to install it right now.
Yeah.
So if you install that and play it, if you log into it right now on all your devices, because all your devices, unfortunately, they don't have it synced through devices. At least mine aren't, and I've logged in with the same username everywhere. They'll give you free stuff on each of your devices, up to $10.
I like free stuff.
Right?
I usually only play that on my iPad though.
Well, and Fallout.
I play it on PC.
I play it on PC now. I used to play it on my iPad only, but
you guys are gonna get me playing on that on PC too.
We're gonna have like Fallout, Shelter, and Cookie Clicker, and that's gonna be our life.
Time. Yeah, right, exactly. You guys are gonna see me stream nothing but Fallout Shelter from now on. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. But Fallout 4 also, if you have the Creators Club that's built into the game, if you click on that little tab, you have 2 things you can download for free right now. They are limited time only. It's like one's a horse armor. They call it the horse armor. I don't know what exactly it is because I don't go into the Creative Club. And the other one's I think a like an outfit you can have for your person. And then they have sales on all the other stuff. Like it doesn't cost as many. What is it called? Credits? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, don't fucking buy that shit.
See, so I did this morning because I had 100 already in there.
Lunchboxes, man.
Well, I mean, like spend your 100 or whatever, but I mean, the Fallout, the Creators Club thing they're just trying to do paid mods, and we don't want that.
No, we don't. But I had 100 already in my account, so I bought the Black Onyx Pip-Boy and the Chrome Pip-Boy, and that's what I spent mine on. And other than that, I don't plan on buying any more credits, so I'm done unless they come out with more free stuff.
See, I haven't even spent the ones I got because I think if you enable either of those, like, you can't get achievements anymore because they're mods, right? So
I don't think you have to enable them though. I think you just, if you buy them, they're just in your account for use, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, see, I thought it still treated it as.
We'll have to check into that and maybe touch on that. Another sale real quick is the Life is Strange Complete Season. It's $4.99 on Humble Bundle Humble Bundle Store, not Stars. Humble Bundle Store. Faster Than Light Advanced Edition FTL is $2.49, which is 75% off.
FTL's a good game.
Yeah, it is a good game. Metro Redux Bundle is $7.49. That's 75% off. That has the 2 different games in it. Saints Row 4 is $3.74.
Yep.
That game, like, a lot of times you can buy, like, where you get, like, Saints Row 2, 3, 4, and all the DLCs for them for, like, fucking $5-6 bucks, so.
Yeah, so maybe wait on that one, because you can get it. Grand Theft Auto Online Shark Card, the $1,250,000 one, if you buy Shark Cards, is only $37.99, which is half off.
Only.
Yeah. Shh, it's only... what are some other games? The Surge, I wouldn't mind playing the Surge. It's got to come down a little bit more in price, but it's 33% off at $33.49. Worms Reloaded is $3.99. It's Worms Reloaded and Worms 2 Armageddon, I guess, in a package for $3.99.
We're gonna play the Worms game at some point.
We do. That would be fun because those look like a lot of fun.
I don't remember if I have those. I played it, but I think it was on Xbox.
They usually go on sale for pretty cheap. Like you can buy a whole package of a bunch of them.
Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, the new game we were just talking about, is on sale on G2A's weekend sale for €19.99. Let me find out what the USD is. It does this all the time. Every time I reload the page, it changes to euro. And you would think with my cookies set the way they are, it's $23.80 for USD, which is, I don't know what the savings is, but it's a discount.
Yeah, but God knows what it is in Canadian rupees.
Right?
5 million Canadian rupees.
Incoming.
And something is incoming. What? Let's see here. What else is on sale? H1Z1 King of the Kill is on sale for $16.25. If you didn't buy the when they first came out,
yeah, when it was
one game, and then it separated to 2, and you got both of them for free. It's $16.25 for King of the Kill. So if you're into the battle royale type games, there you go. Wolfenstein: The New Order Steam Global Key is $4.75 USD.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Another Bethesda game, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. 7 Days to Die is $10.33 USD. So another good game, in my opinion.
They got sexual tyrannosauruses in there, so can't go wrong.
If for some odd reason you want to play Minecraft Windows 10 edition, it's only $2.96 on the sale.
I mean, if you like vanilla Minecraft, there's nothing wrong with the Windows 10 edition.
No, I still don't think it plays the same though.
I think it fucking plays better.
No, I prefer modded Minecraft.
Well, that too.
Yeah, but Geek and I have talked about playing maybe building.
Prey Day 1 Edition Steam Global Key is $24.16. That's like a 60 or 70% discount. It's amazing. Prison Architect Standard Steam Global Key is $9.63. That's another good game. Prison Architect is a lot of fun. Let's see, anything else good? I mean, you have to go look yourself because there might be, good ones on here that I didn't mention. I'm gonna buy Serial Call of Duty World at War Steam Key for $13.56. I take that as a no.
He just gave you the yeah. Go ahead.
I'll fucking pull a wolf and return it.
Oh my goodness. So there you go. Battlefield 1 is 46% off for $38.68 if you into those kind of games. Pro Evolution Soccer 2018. I don't know much about it. 32.21. It's a 54% off. So they do have a giveaway going on right now at G2A too. They're giving away like computer stuff, keyboards, mice. So you can go into that. I always into the giveaways because you can't win unless you play. You know, that's my thing. So I enter all the giveaways. So I think that's about it. I think we've we even did Cyril's rant early that I wasn't planning on, but we got his rant out of the way. That was good, and we all survived.
I am good at bitching about stuff, so yeah, that's my talent.
Well, that you are. So, anything anybody else would like to say before we call it a show? Now's your chance.
Make sure to come back every Friday at 2 o'clock Central Time. We'll just talk about the video games.
Eventually, I think we will include tech as well. I think we should include some like tech stuff, you know, whether it be VR.
Yeah, I'll talk about some fucking graphics cards and stuff. You know, that kind of stuff makes my nipples hard.
Well, and you know, one thing I think we may talk about next week. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of research into it, but it's the new AMD processor. Apparently, it's not only a processor for your computer, but it's also a heater for your house.
That's the way AMD processors always are. But man, that new Threadripper shit from AMD. I've always been an Intel guy and an NVIDIA guy. But that new AMD Threadripper shit's pretty fucking good.
So don't forget, if you guys want to hear more about tech and stuff, you've got to follow all of us, please, on Twitch, because we all do stream, some more than others, but we all do stream, and we will do guest star segments. Yes, we will have guest stars on, and in fact, kind of Papa's one of the guest stars today because he's not one who's going to be on all the time.
Yeah, I mean they didn't bring me in just because of my good looks.
No, definitely not.
Oh, I thought we did.
We need a dinosaur opinion.
If we did, we need our fucking money back.
Thanks a lot, love. I love you too.
Serial, we're not paying him, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Don't know about all that mad internet money we made.
So, yeah, if you want to be a guest star, get on our Discord, !Discord and chat. And if you don't have it already, PM me saying you would like to guest star one week. We do have a lineup of you know, we plan ahead of time who's going to be on. So,
and you'll have to research the topics we put them out. So
we'll give you access to our chat room where we have on Discord where it has all the topics we're going to talk about for the week. We put them in there as the week goes that we want to cover them. So it's a lot of fun though, and we hope you guys are enjoying this. This is something we want you guys to enjoy. We want to interact with each other and you know, make it great. So all right, well, again, Papa 4, we want to thank him for being on the show, and don't forget to go hit that follow button on his channel. My beautiful wife, Lava Temptress, and don't forget to hit the follow on her channel.
Can't I be your beautiful wife?
No!
Oh, damn it.
You're the side piece.
Call me the third wheel.
And then Serial Killer, who just did a stream last night of Cookie Clicker and Cards Against Humanities. It was amazing. If you guys weren't there, I'm sorry because you really missed
partnered by next fucking week, kids.
Yeah,
so you'll be hearing a lot from me.
How many followers do you have, Cyril? We've got to get your follower count up.
Like 100 or something like that.
So see, even if you just feel sorry for him, go follow him anyway.
Yeah, go follow the fucking super white guy.
So
go smack my cookie button.
go smack his cookie button so that way he can bake more or something of that nature. Oh man.
Or even, do you record your VODs, Serial?
You know, I had them set to record back in the day, like, you know, 3 fucking years ago, but I don't know if that setting still holds or not.
Fix your shit.
You could at least go to his channel and check out and see if the one from last night was there, because it was funny.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It was bad.
If you get triggered by the term "ding, fries are done," don't watch it.
and if you yeah, he's his main rule in his chat is don't be a dick like him. So
pretty much
you can't be him as long as you're not him.
But if you do come into my chat, you get to play with the text-to-speech bot, which is always fun. So
yes, because he can't read chat because he is blind. So
I just have the chat read to moi.
Yeah,
and it's always good fun.
It's a blast. Yep. It's a blast to play with him with that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what all the ladies say. Giggity.
Well then, on that note, we are out of here. So say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Again, this has been Gamers versus Geeks. We do this every Friday, and I can't thank you enough. If you have any topics you want us to talk about or cover, please come visit us in Discord! Discord. Come in there. Send one of us a PM or just put it in the hub main chat or whatever. It's a topic you guys would like us to cover. If you're watching and you're game dev and you want us to try out your game or whatever and give us, our 2 cents, we will try to be gentle. I will for sure. I know that I'm Geek Tech Media, of course. I don't think I've really plugged myself, but this is also my channel. So this is my baby, Gamer versus Geeks. This is my baby. So I do appreciate everybody helping out with it. All the people who are on the show with us, and so it's a great thing to be a part of, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back next Friday, most likely at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do start a little late once in a while, but that's because we're just getting, this is week 2. This is the second week. We are trying our best to make sure, well, actually, it's mostly my fault. I'm trying my best to make sure the graphics are set properly. We have everything set up initially the right way, so that way we can move on with it and go. But you guys, I want to thank all of you in chat, because we do appreciate your feedback as well. We do appreciate you chatting with us in chat, and we do read your comments from time to time and chime them into our whole talk show. So don't feel like just because you're in chat you're not around. We do appreciate you being here, and as always, I love you all. Game on and geek out.